Rude Nation, thanks for joining us again on this lovely episode of the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus. We are climbing the podcast charts like we're climbing a whole bunch of milk crates. I'm Sharm.
Oh, fucking
There it is.
milk
Yeah.
crates. Holy shit.
Tom, you're doing like the perfect old man yells at cloud picture right now. Like you're
It
staring
was
at that.
just like, oh my god, I've been seeing that shit, and I'm just like, sometimes it's like,
Who are you?
this is why the aliens won't visit us.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is why the Black Plague should have won. Like,
This is where we got.
this is where we
in
are at in
Yep.
society.
We need a new lockdown, I guess.
And we're there.
So
We're going
I'm
there.
Sharm,
I'm Tom.
and we're the RudeBoyz. Episode 105 of the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus.
Damn.
We are doing
Deal with this bullshit with each other for 105 episodes.
and then some. Because we've done Russell
Right,
specials
yeah, I
and,
know.
and
I know.
you know, this and
I
that.
I try to erase the random bullshit.
I feel like that always you don't try to, it just happens. And not
Well-
even the random, like the important shit. You just kind of like
Bullshit.
you flash that mental cash out of your head.
That's not true.
That's unfortunately true.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna have to have a talk one of these days. We have to divvy up your estate, because one day you ain't gonna be able to wash yourself, and then you ain't going at home. You're going on the ground, old man.
Alive or dead, you're going in there.
Yep, I don't care. You heard it here first. This podcast is legal binding. document.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, audio.
Best
legal,
friend wants to
binding.
fucking murk me.
Listen, I'm just looking out for you, and once you can't live, then I'm just gonna do you the favor. Okay?
Yeah,
Because I know you wouldn't want to live that way.
I think you got to. Well, actually, if you have a discussion with my two roommates, you'd be like, "Yeah, it's totally fine."
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'll be like, okay, cool, more room for us.
Or, hey, do you want to move in and take his room?
There you go. Yeah. So we got a special episode planned. We are trying a new segment, and as per recording, we're going to go live on our twitch.tv channel, which is twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469. We got that brand pretty much on lock.
Nice.
The majority of our social media accounts. And we're going to do what is called the RudeBoyz RankUp. We're going to go on our Twitch, like I said, and we're going to be ranking various amounts of things. This episode is going to be something pretty simple. We're going to rank our Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Not just the movies, no one-shots or Disney Plus shows.
Right, exactly. Which I know that was kind of like
We wanted to,
well, no,
determine that
I know,
before we went live.
Well, I also know originally when we told him about this, you were like, "Well, what about the shows and stuff?"
Right,
And
yeah.
Like, I was like, "Well, no,
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
we'll keep it the
MCU."
movies. We'll keep it the movies. I mean, it
Exactly.
is, but it isn't.
You
So-
know what? You fucking know what I mean.
No,
when I
what you
bring
fucking
things.
mean.
You're getting a
you
fucking bottle cap thrown
guy.
at you.
Bottle cap?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, who's in your mouth?
Who's in my mouth?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you first.
We've got some
This-
Blue Moons. Taking it back. This
Yeah.
has to be some early Rude Boys
Yeah.
Gamecast stuff right
I
here.
wanted something a little different.
I got you. Yeah. Well, you were searching for some of those pumpkin beers.
Yeah, I know. Well, I could find Sam Adams, and your little palate doesn't like Sam
You know what's funny is
Adams.
you don't mock me in person. You mock me in this legally binding document, which doesn't really help your case that much.
Does it
because
feel-
makes you seem very unhinged?
Oh,
Yeah.
I am unhinged.
Yep. Yeah, see, there you go.
I
You heard it here first.
I'll be the first one to fucking
Exhibit
admit it.
A.
I give
Oh.
a shit.
There you go.
Like,
The sign right here on the dotted line.
I'm like the
and-
greatest wrestler that ever lived, Brian fucking Pillman. I'm unhinged, man.
Oh boy. Okay.
I'm a loose cannon.
Tom, who's in your mouth?
Ooh, fresh open.
That's good.
Is also Blue Moon.
Right. Okay.
Belgian white, Belgian
Right.
style weak ale. And as I said, you're getting a beer can thrown at
He did clock me in the head with
I
that.
did.
Yeah. This is Blue Moon's only been around since '95. I'm looking at this.
Shit, I was looking for that.
Yeah. So,
If
so
only
they-
there was better lighting down here in the
Oh,
studio.
shut the fuck up. Why do you gotta hit me where it hurts?
Doesn't feel too good, does it?
Fucking guzzle this down.
Cheers.
It's been a while since I had a Blue Moon.
Yeah,
I like it.
we used
It's
to
a lot
get
heavier than the MHLs, obviously, but
this a lot at
yeah, don't finish that sentence.
football Wild Wings.
True. True facts.
No, I had a burp coming. You.
Okay.
This is how this episode is going. You fuck.
This is how this day has been going. You started it.
Actually, I came in very polite, and you were an asshole. As per usual.
Okay, there you go. Cry me a river, bitch. Here we go. Nope. Oh, damn. Who's going to get the mic?
There it is.
Okay, very good. All right, so on that...
Ow.
What was that?
That was the corner going up my ass.
Okay. All right, well, when the corner goes up Tom's ass, that's when you know it's time for Blitzkrieg News.
Blitzkrieg News! You want me to have energy?
Yeah.
And,
Fine.
You know,
Yes. Great.
fucking put it
Well,
on, man.
okay.
Go, baby. I want to go, baby.
One Blitzkrieg News time. Let's go.
Alright, yeah, it's not Blitzkrieg. Gamescom stuff.
What are we doing?
Games.
Oh, games. Starting off some games, as per usual. You did. Oh, wow.
Starting off. Yeah, okay. Clap, monkey. Clap.
That was good. Man, the first time Tom actually corrected himself.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
What else we got?
It doesn't happen often.
What do we got?
I'm perfect.
All right, had some audio issues. Tauntaun wasn't talking to Lucy, so
Yeah.
this should sound a lot better. So.
Should.
All right, yep, should. All right, so games. Let's
Games.
go.
We got in. Starting off in games as we always do.
Mm-hmm, yep, okay.
Fuck you.
Keep it a little streak.
Midnight Suns.
Right,
is
Gamescom stuff, yes.
Yes. I said Gamescom stuff.
You did, and then you had to go, oh my god, let's move on. Let's go.
Look, guy.
Listen, I'm not a magician when it comes to the editing. I try my best, okay? But you're really fucking me up. You don't even listen. You don't even know the results of the hard work I put into this podcast.
You're right, because I don't.
You know what? Nobody else does. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
it's all good.
You're the only one.
Gamescom stuff.
Midnight Suns, which is a new Marvel tactical RPG game.
Yep.
Very XCOM-ish from what I was hearing.
Done by a team that does XCOM. Yep. Fire.
I've never played an XCOM game.
I don't know the name of their team. But you played tactical RPGs before. I mean, kind of Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's pretty much a tactical strategy RPG.
Yeah.
So yeah, same idea. But this is going to be, I don't think, as strict as those as XCOM. XCOM is like a very strict tactical RPG.
How about just give us? Why don't you just call this Ultimate Alliance 4? Just give us
Oh my god. Tom just wants what he wants. That's it. Because Marvel wants to branch out. They
I
wanna
know,
do other
I
things,
know,
bro.
I know. And you know what? I'm a fucking sucker because
Yep.
Wolverine's in it.
Wolverine is in it. So what's your thoughts on that? Do you
It
think?
looks fucking good,
Okay.
man.
Cool.
I dig the fact that you know you didn't see your usual suspects,
Okay.
with the exception of Wolverine.
Right. Well, who's your? Well, what do you mean by
Well,
usual
like you
suspects?
got Ghost Rider was in there.
So you're talking. Okay.
Like Magic is
Right.
in there, which is
Right.
pretty fucking. That's a deep pull. Not a lot of people use like Magic in their video games.
Right. True.
And
Yeah.
she's such a fantastic character.
The one girl from Runaways.
Yeah,
is in
yeah.
it. Yep.
Nico is
Okay.
her name. I can't remember her code name. But like, you know, and they're not using your typical Ghost Rider either. They're using Robbie
Yeah,
Reyes.
they're using the more recent,
The more modern.
the more current, I guess. I don't know what's up
Yeah.
with Ghost Rider, but yeah.
Yeah, no one does, dude.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider is one of those characters where it's like, it's almost like he's a DC character where it's just like, hey, you're attached to this character, we're just gonna reboot him.
Right, I got you. Yeah,
Like,
that seems to be
like,
the case. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not a good look.
But it's pretty cool.
It
I mean, I
looks
like
cool.
the Robbie Reyes
Um,
Ghost Rider look. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like an engine.
I mean, I do
Shit.
dig more the motorcycle, right?
Yeah, no, I
Instead
got
of the
you.
Chevy.
I got you.
But then again, the Chevy's kind of fucking badass.
Yeah,
too.
no, exactly. But yeah, this is coming out, I believe, in March, I think, of next
Yeah, it's
year. They're going to be more gameplay trailer coming
Yeah,
out in
if-
September.
If a demo drops, I'll check out the demo.
Right, you're going to buy it regardless.
Like I said, I've never played an XCOM game, so I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what you're in for.
Yeah.
And as we said, there'll be gameplay footage coming out in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, I'm a fucking sucker.
Yep.
Saints Row.
Agreed. Yep. Saints Row Reboot coming out for, I think, not even current console. I mean, for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S and X. It is kind of what Volition has described as a from the ground up reboot, but it still kind of has like that funky Saints Row charm to it. It's not like completely over the top like everything from 3 on was. but
Jesus, those games were fucking bananas.
it kind of almost like is doing a blend of like what they tried to do, like their traditional gang warfare open world game in the first one and kind of the second, and then their over the top action stuff in the third, fourth, and GAT.
I mean, I love the fucking. So what was it? Saint Rose? What was it? Saint Rose 3 or 4? You got me.
Probably the third.
Yeah,
like I've said before on previous episodes, that was my first like real open world game, and I loved it.
Yeah, that shit was bananas. I was sitting there, I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't think it's going to be as wacky, but it's got a definite style
Why
to
am I
it.
beating this guy with a dildo gun?
I don't think you're going to get that. But it's going to be...
You know what?
If the trailer's to believe. You're right, but I think they're going to try to just evolve it. Yeah.
Halo actually has a release
Halo
date.
finally got a release date of December
8th.
8th. Tommy's got the notes open.
It doesn't... Yeah, you were testing me, you fuck.
No, I didn't know.
Is there a story? I heard there wasn't a story.
I don't really know. I'm not a real big Halo guy. I think there is portions of the game that are not available at launch. I don't know what that is. But the game is coming out in December, so there you go. It was kind of delayed a year from the Xbox, the new Xbox launch, and we'll see what's up.
Cool.
Yeah, great.
I mean, again, I think I've had my Halo experiences. I played 5 games of Halo 2.
Okay. See, I'm not a big online player. I would play strictly the story modes.
It was with my...
okay.
It was with my brother.
Got you,
just,
okay.
And I was just kind of like, aight, cool. Like,
I got you.
You know. Horizon Forbidden West, 2/22/22.
Yep, which I think is also Tuesday. So there you go with that. So yeah, the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, which Tom was lukewarm on at best.
But playing Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
Like, kind of learning more of like, and again, the Arkham games should have taught me this. Like, actually following like the map. I may go back to it.
What an idea. Listen, I attempted Grand Theft Autos before, and I couldn't get into it. And you're right, Tom. It takes one game that hits with you that you're like, oh, I have a better understanding of different types of games that I'm not used to. Which I'll be talking about that in a little bit for RudeBoyz Catch Up.
April O'Neil. Is going to be in this Nickelodeon Smash Brothers type.
And also Shredder's Revenge, the TMNT beat 'em up game.
She is just getting all over.
She's everywhere, man. That's it. April O'Neil, great character.
That little yellow jumpsuit's getting everywhere.
It is, yeah. And both games are featuring her in the 80s Archie comic / who put that out? Eek? The cartoon?
Jesus Christ,
I don't even know.
man.
But yeah, that
Brain Legions, remember?
Yeah,
I'm
the
sure.
Brain
I'm
Legions,
sure it'll be up on Disney Plus in a week.
No, Nickelodeon owns it, so I don't even know. I don't see. So that's the one thing people
I'm
always
surprised
forget.
Nickelodeon doesn't have their fucking.
Nickelodeon is spreading their stuff out. Well, Paramount actually. I'm sure Paramount's got
I'm sure.
a whole
Yeah, I'm
chunk
sure
of
it's
their
on
stuff,
Paramount
yeah.
Plus.
Right, but yeah. So April O'Neil, playable and everything. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what her moveset would be. Like,
We saw a lot of it in with the gameplay trailers that released alongside it. Her beat 'em up stuff is pretty much, she's very nimble, quick, agile. She's got like one of her finishing moves is she drops a mic. And it's very much in her TV reporter style. So like, she's probably swinging a microphone around, pushing a camera, stuff like that. They're pretty clever when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
And the what is it? Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl or some shit. That they pull some stuff. Also, Cat Dog was revealed for that game. So this game seems fucking wild. I'm kind of hyped for it.
If Ben 10 isn't the most OP character,
Okay, Ben 10 is a Cartoon Network character and has nothing to do with that.
oh yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Hey.
Victory Zip. I'm also a big nerd.
What about fucking Fairly Odd Parents?
Those are Nickelodeon characters.
Yeah.
However, Butch Hartman is apparently a creep scumbag, and they don't want anything to do with that. But he also created Danny Phantom. He's in that game too. I don't know. What else?
That's who I was thinking. I was mixing up Ben 10 and Danny Phantom.
Classic misconception.
No,
I got it.
I honestly, those shows came out around the same time.
Okay, I'll give you that. I don't really know. I mean, yeah. I'll say within the 5 years of each other. Which in cartoon stance is like a year, you know? I'm trying to help you, Tom. Moving on. Let's keep it blitzkrieg.
Morpheus and I are actually having a discussion to kill you.
Oh no.
So you're an asshole.
Alright, Morpheus is trying to protect you from the legal
Your
proceedings.
asshole.
What? Oh.
You being an asshole.
Yes, thank you.
SNES turned 30 in USA 8/23.
Yes.
Actually, I said this wrong.
Nope, you said it actually perfectly. I'm
The
going to bleep this out.
SNES turned 30.
Apparently that's a dirty European thing. I'm going to say that shit.
Well, you know, Europeans are dirty.
Appreciate our European listeners. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thanks for listening, governor.
Chip, chip, cheerio.
There you go. You know, we're speaking your language now. SNES. Blech. Anyway, Super Nintendo. Let's
want some tea and biscuits?
Sounds actually pretty good. So, Super Nintendo turned 30.
Sounds very
Previous
bland.
week, as per recording. As an aside, there was this Twitter thread going on where a British gentleman posted his typical breakfast or whatever it was, and it was a bowl of beans, toast with butter, and I think like some sort of fruit. Couldn't tell you. I don't remember. It was very like okay, and then someone replied that the English are still eating like the Germans are flying above them. And that was a very good reply, because British food is bad. So moving on, we're not talking about that. We are talking about the Super Nintendo turning 30 on this month, August, we'll just say. Tom, what are your Super Nintendo memories? I know we did a whole 90s episode, and we revealed that you're a big, rich kid who had every system known to man. But what was your Super Nintendo memories? I know you were a Genesis kid, really, mostly, right? But you played a Super Nintendo? You've had a Super Nintendo?
I remember playing, obviously, Super Mario World.
Right.
I remember also playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tournament.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, you did.
The X-Men game.
Mm-hmm.
Superman Doomsday game that was on there. I played a lot of the deeper cuts.
Yeah, definitely.
Ranma 1/2.
Right.
I remember playing.
I feel like we've talked about this.
I'm sure.
Was it in our 90s episode?
Or it was on
any other episode Tom talks about Ranma 1/2.
And dude, that game is so under fucking rated. It was such a great fighting game. Street Fighter, obviously.
Yeah,
I used
definitely.
To play.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat with sweat.
With sweat. Yep.
What about you?
Well, I don't know if I've told this story on air, but
I'm sure you have.
When I grew up in Queens, and when my family was moving out, and when my family was moving out, I guess it was one of those things that like parents just felt the need to give their child a gift for being like, hey, thanks for moving with me. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, try to make things easier.
I think the gift
you know
was
what I mean?
Like, hey, sorry we uprooted your life.
Yeah, that's a fair point of view.
We're going to try to make things better. And honestly, you moved from Queens to Long Island, so you weren't moving out, you were moving on.
Yeah, that's fair. So my cousin had a Nintendo Entertainment System. And as far as I knew, back in the early 90s, that's all that existed. So I asked my mom if I could get a NES. And this is the first time in history of human written history that a parent did not get the gift that was asked, but did a better job because I got a Super Nintendo out of it. I didn't even know that existed. That was such a fucking surprise to me. And the packing game Super Mario World, like you said, is still one of my favorite games of all time. The story I go to is that I would drag my brother-in-law down, and I would force him to play Super Mario World so I could watch him.
You do drag people down when you're playing games.
And in real life, you should know.
No.
Aww.
You raised me up.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know.
I mean, but you dragged me down the
There you
games.
go. Yeah. So
In virtual life, you dragged me
and
down.
I remember like watching him play that game and finish it. You know, defeating Bowser. And I remember taking like a fucking Polaroid of the TV screen because I
Not
was like,
dating
"Wow,
ourselves
what a
at
great
all."
idea!" No, exactly, yeah. And then, funny enough, when that game came out for the Game Boy Advance, my nephew forced me to play that for him.
Okay.
So it was like a weird, like Circle of Life sort of thing.
Circle
you know?
of Hell, yes.
No, stop. This is a great game. But anyway, Link to the Past, one of my favorite games also of all time on that system. Star Fox, whole lot of fun. Yoshi's Island, whole lot of fun. Donkey Kong Country, did a whole Donkey Kong episode. Mega Man X, I think, is one of my favorite games. I think I own that game so many ways.
Yes.
Like, I own it on Super Nintendo, on 3DS
I'm
Virtual
assuming
Console,
you bought the collection on the Switch.
on the collection on the Switch. I
Now
think I
you
have
bought
the
both?
collection for the GameCube.
Well, both. Didn't it come out with like
No,
a
for the
Mega Man
Switch.
X?
For the Switch, it was a one-pack digital code for 7, 8, 9. No, there was no 9. 6, 7, and 8 or some shit. I don't know. But the good ones are on the card. So yeah, that's how I played that. I think I had it on the Wii Virtual Console. If I didn't just say that. But yeah, I own that game a ton of times, and it's a great game. It's the one game that I can watch speedrunners do, and I'm like, I understand what's going on here. I get these tricks. You know what I mean? Because I play the shit out of it.
Dude, I remember randomly finding the Hadouken.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
that's a cool.
That
that's a
was
cool little
just-
Easter egg.
That was just such a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
40 years too late.
Nah, well, impossible, but okay.
Huh?
I mean, the console's only 30 years old.
I know.
All right.
I remember first finding that, and I was just like, "What the fuck is
Yeah.
this?" Like,
No, that's a lot. Yeah, that's
like,
that's
and for some
and-
reason, it didn't. My stupid child brain didn't
Mhm.
connect that like both were Capcom.
Right, yeah. I mean, Capcom, outside of, like, maybe their fighting game stuff, never really, like, referenced itself.
Yeah.
Too much, especially back then. Like, that was
Except
very
for
early.
there.
Like, I mean, maybe there was, like, some Final Fight references within Street Fighter, because those games have always been kind of, like, locked shoulder to
Yeah,
shoulder.
I'm sure.
for
Like
a
the
bit.
background, you would see. Like,
Exactly, there was
like,
probably some sort
fucking,
of...
Andre.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Alright, Super Nintendo, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Sorry we didn't have a whole episode dedicated. We'll see you in 5 years when we do the 35th anniversary.
I blame Sherm.
Moving on.
Comics.
We actually have comic news.
Nothing.
Oh, man, you really got me there.
I know.
That's how prepared I am. I don't know,
Uh,
sometimes you get the finger on the pulse, and then you just hit me with something. I'm like, oh, okay. that's
Yeah, I know.
cool. Nothing? Alright. It's all good.
I get very skeptical when I see like, ooh, stuff about comics, and then I'm like, oh, they're just gonna change it.
I mean, that's what comics do.
I know, and I should accept it, but as an old man, I can't.
Right.
Anthony Mackie confirmed for Captain America 4.
Comic news? Wow, crazy.
We're moving on to movies.
There you go, okay.
Fuck, do you want to know about these?
Yeah, sure. So Anthony Mackie, yeah, we talked about ever since the Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended up that he was going to be Captain America going forward. Whoa, wee. Tom's just doing bottle tricks.
You aren't expecting me to
I
guess
was
that, were you?
not. Please don't do it again. But it is now confirmed. He, contract. Everyone's been signed on the dotted line. Anthony Mackie, Captain America. Tom, did you hear this uproar that when What If was coming out, that they rebranded the Captain America Twitter account to be Captain Carter? And people were like, "No, make it Anthony Mackie. Why'd you take away Anthony Mackie?" Like people, they got worked into a shoot, brother. That's what basically happened.
I don't really pay attention to social media.
Okay, that's fair.
You know this.
All right.
Come on, brother.
So cool, Anthony Mackie.
So,
Great job.
people were butthurt on social media and on the internet.
No big fucking shocker. People are assholes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
What else we got, Tom?
Sorry, I was getting us fresh beers. You should have been more ready because you have a cell phone as well that we're not recording on, so you could have the notes up as well.
That's right, I'm calling Chris out. Asshole. Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel characters become Sony's Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, they kind of cut the. Yeah, Tom's seeing this for the first time in his life, which is not true.
I really
because
fucking
we
am.
talked about this. Yeah, Sony needed a name for its Spider-Man franchise of movies. So what they originally settled on was Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters were spunk. But then they decided several years down the line, like, nope, let's just make it the SSU. Like, alright. So the Sony Spider-Man universe.
Where's your spunk guard?
So obviously this incorporates, the Venom movies, Morbius, Kraven when that comes out,
And
any other Spider-Man movies. I don't know if Into the Spider-Verse counts, because it is Sony Pictures Animation. It is, Sony stuff. Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess in the same way Marvel can put out Marvel stuff, and it's like, well, it's not MCU.
Yeah.
Like that. Like they do. But yeah, okay, great job.
So some trailers dropped.
Yes, let's talk some trailers.
Let's do some trailers.
Yeah, let's talk some trailers, Tommy.
The Eternals.
The Eternals trailer dropped, yes.
Alright, so...
Oh my god.
Jesus, you're just gonna keep fucking belching over me, huh? Hey, you fucking slob
There's
ass.
a button for that, too. Eternals.
So Man of Steel 2. DC wasn't doing it, so Marvel was just like, fuck you. We're gonna do it.
So what do you mean? Like making,
Icarus, dude,
Superman?
Icarus is
Yeah,
fucking
true,
Superman. Actually, I mean, I was getting more Miracle Man vibes
Right, you were
from
telling me
him.
that when you saw the trailer.
But honestly, I'm a little more hyped for it.
Really? Okay.
Still
Hyped from 0? Like, what was your hype level before this trailer?
like 2.
2? Okay, good. So just
And
off the ground.
I'm hyped to 5
Hyped to 5.
Yeah.
Out of
10.
10. Okay.
So we're halfway there.
I was gonna,
We're
I thought you
living
were gonna
on a
say
prayer.
100. I was this close to thinking you were gonna say 100.
Still not making me want to go see in theaters.
Hey, that's for your birthday, Tom.
I can wait.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I look legit. I don't feel safe going to the movies still.
Okay.
We talked about this off air.
Yeah,
I just don't
That's
feel
your
safe.
choice. Yeah. But you better. You know when you're not gonna have a choice? December 18th. Ish.
It's cute that you think that.
No, yeah, you're not gonna. You're gonna get gassed, and you're gonna be coming out here. I mean, you might not even survive that. Just saying.
Yeah, my heart might give out.
You might give out. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it in your honor.
Fingers crossed.
Don't say that. Come
Oh.
on now.
You want to gas me?
I wanted to do this.
Yeah. Wrong
Where's
one.
the screamy one?
Yep, there it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, third time's a charm for Tom Holland in Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Jesus Christ, this trailer was awesome.
This trailer. Okay, I just want to say this real fast. I have never been won over by the Sony Spider-Man trailers.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like the first Homecoming trailer. I thought it was too I don't know. Like they wanted to really lean on the whole it's a bunch of kids.
I agree.
Yeah, I get it. Far From Home, I think the trailer. I mean, I was already in. Don't get me wrong. The movie, what they showed in the trailer, did not really get me excited for the movie. But I was already there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. But this trailer, obviously, famously or infamously, was leaked, 2 days prior to it actually being released. Which was pretty funny because it's literally the same fucking trailer minus some of the CG's not, do it. Plus, it was like a cell phone video of a person holding a cell phone, showing the trailer. So it's okay,
And
yeah,
have you seen
Sony,
all
you might need to push this fucking trailer out now.
Have
guy.
you seen all the memes of well, we know who released this trailer?
What was it, Tom Holland?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh Jesus! Well, I mean,
And then-
she's hitting Sony if anything.
And there are pictures of her as Black Widow, hacking into computers and shit.
that's
So
pretty funny.
I'm okay, all right.
But it seems the worst secret caps for this movie is that Alfred Molina is returning as Dr. Octopus.
Another great batch of memes where it's just when Dr. Octopus realizes the Aunt May, he has to kidnap.
Oh,
And it's he just puts his sunglasses down. Hey, how you doing?
that's pretty good. He's a married man. Well, no, she died. Yeah, that's right. That's why I went nuts in the experiment. The wife died.
I thought you meant
Spider-Man
Aunt
2.
May.
No.
Because he did try to marry Aunt May.
Well, yes.
And then Peter stored all those memories.
Yep.
Oh God.
So you get that's the big reveal off of Molina.
Mhm.
You get some Doctor Strange, Spider-Man shenanigans going on, which I think that's an underrated duo because of the Stan Lee, Steve Ditko joint creation of both characters. Like they have that history, and then they go on some web swinging adventures. With whether that is to help erase people's memories of his secret identity reveal, like you
Right.
see in this movie trailer. Go figure. Or in a little story I'm going to talk about a little bit later in RudeBoyz Catch Up. But you have thoughts, Tom, on what we're seeing
so
here.
it's Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yep.
I don't think that's Stephen.
Okay.
I don't think that's the Stephen Strange we've come to love and
Right.
know. My three possibilities are it's either the character Nightmare,
Right, who's going to be the
big
antag
bad,
in
Yep, the antagonist.
Multiverse of Madness, yep.
Yes, which I think comes out in December as well.
No, next year.
Next year, right?
Yeah,
You're correct.
Everything got pushed. Everything got pushed.
Sorry. Spoke out of turn. What happened again?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's Baron Mordo.
Right.
Because we haven't seen him since the end of the first Doctor Strange movie.
Right, true.
Or my brother picked this one up. He's like, it could be a Skrull. He's like,
That they were pretty much established as
Magic isn't-
tricky guys.
magic just isn't established to, terrestrials.
Right. That's fair.
So, I don't think that's Stephen Strange.
Okay.
Maybe more of a Skrull because he does mention like, oh well, we rescued the Cosmos together. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, they knew that.
Yeah.
With the whole
well, we don't know.
Unsnap.
Baron Mordo could have been snapped.
true, but I mean, I'm sure he read about it in the newspaper when they're like, "Thank you, heroes, for saving the day." Plus, I mean, we've been going back and forth a whole lot and all this shit. Like, I mean, once we get to, I mean, I don't really know where Shang-Chi fits in the scope of the continuity
Right.
of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but like, we haven't really gotten very far. Like, yes, with the television shows, we're kind of like, maybe months removed from the blip and the events of Endgame.
Right.
So, I mean, this is going to be as far along as
Because
we're seeing.
Because none of I think the only MCU show that dealt with. Actually, no. I'm sorry. They all dealt with the aftermath of the blip, right?
Well, they all did, yeah, to a
Right.
certain extent.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
we see Monica Rambeau
Yeah.
when she came back. Obviously, the whole point of the Flag Smashers was all the people that were displaced
Right. Yep,
from the snap. Loki was just a wacky
Time
reality
Reality heist.
hopping adventure. So, we're getting back to it. We're going to see what happens with Shang-Chi, if they even talk about it. Because it seems like you'd want to kind of like keep the slate as clean as possible so you can now focus on this stuff. But it's also a big universe-altering event that happened in these universe.
Yeah,
So-
if they don't mention the blip in Shang-Chi, I feel like it's kind of a silly thing for them to...
They have to mention it.
They have to.
And then there's going to be a point in the movies when they just stop mentioning it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, we're still...
We're so fresh.
Endgame was insane, And plus, if coronavirus didn't happen and we didn't get decimated by this stuff, much like a snap, it would have been... Shang-Chi would have been out already, Like, all this stuff would have been, like, still fresh in our minds. Like, Endgame came out, 4 years ago?
Right.
So, it's losing out, of people's collective consciousness.
Yeah.
But hey, Spider-Man, No Way Home.
It looks so good, man.
Do you think we're gonna get it? We're getting some sort of. So people were saying when you see Otto say "Hello, Peter," it's not to Tom Holland's Peter Parker. It's to Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear that little?
No, I
little
didn't hear
bit?
that
Yeah,
theory.
because he was like,
Honestly,
how would he know Tom Holland's Peter Parker?
I just want the...
He knows only one Peter Parker.
I just want the second better Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield.
You like Andrew?
My Peter
Yes.
Parkers go Tom Holland,
Right.
Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire.
See, I've only seen Andrew Garfield in
Amazing.
Amazing Spider-Man 2
You saw
once.
him Amazing.
I don't remember that movie.
Oh man, Amazing. I get a little teared up when I
Okay.
watch Amazing.
Well, Tommy, we've got plans.
Oh,
okay?
we do,
Remember,
I know.
we do.
I know.
Keep it locked there, Renee.
All right, moving on to
Yes.
TV. Marvel Studios looking to do a Halloween 2022 special featuring a werewolf.
Yep, obviously it's going to be Manwolf. Obviously it's Jack Jameson. What the fuck is Jack Jameson?
Jack Russell.
No, I know. Yeah, it's going to be. What is his fucking name? Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by
Yeah.
Yes.
Jack Russell.
Or you know what? We could do Manwolf.
Manwolf.
Manwolf. Or
Well,
Cat-
Manwolf's
or-
probably a Spider-Man character.
Or
so
we could
no
do
good.
Capwolf.
We do Capwolf, yeah.
Give me Capwolf.
You can do a whole thing. Like, why not like Man Thing? You know, make it all spooky monsters.
Man
you can't do a
Man
boy.
thing, you make my heart sing.
Oh God. Moving on.
You've dealt with this for 5 fucking
I have,
years.
yeah. More.
Yeah, I know. So much more.
That's right. We're in year 5. Should have established that.
Nothing wrestling new. Well, hold
There's
on.
plenty to talk about. In
Alright,
wrestling,
so
and we might
let's
make
just-
a whole episode of it. Oh, what an idea.
Just
Well,
re-
let's hit up the nitty gritty.
Just real quick.
Well, CM Punk's back. That's
CM
cool
Punk's
in the
back.
wrestling world.
WWE sucks. And the new NXT logo looks like a fucking clown bukkake nightmare.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say, and we're gonna leave it at that in
Yep.
case we do another. In case we do a full episode about it.
We will.
Moving on to Etc.
Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah, I can't lock that wallet
Oh,
up.
see, Tom reads the notes for the first time.
I do. Hasbro PulseCon set for 10/22 to 10/23.
Go Pulse, Tommy. Go Pulse.
I made my first Hasbro Pulse purchase.
Oh, your
My drink's
Dritz.
too ardent.
Whoa, easy. It's a kid's show. But anyway,
That
Hasbro,
Galactus, man.
yeah. So
It's,
it's pretty cool, huh?
it's calling my name.
Jesus Christ! Well, you get a bunch of characters out of it too.
I
Because
know.
apparently that thing. So yes, Hasbro Pulse. Let's take a step back. Hasbro Pulse is doing their own live stream
Yep.
reveals of all their stuff. I mean, Hasbro's got a ton of licenses in addition to Marvel and Star Wars and Transformers and G.I. Joe and all this stuff and Power Rangers. So you know they're gonna have a ton of releases. Obviously, the Marvel Legends speaks a little more to your Tom over here. Your Tom,
I love
maybe
my
your
Marvel
Tom,
Legends.
my Tom. Maybe your Tom.
just Marvel Legends, man.
Right. You saw the Spider-Man, the rest of the Spider-Man line?
I know. Kind of pissed about it.
Moon.
Kind of pissed at it.
How so? Talk about it.
Kind of spoils a bit.
What do you mean?
Like it. You're talking about the Far From Home ones?
The No Way Home, yes.
The No Way Home? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You get 2 Spider-Mans, which is normal.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you get 2. Okay, so you get. I think it's like what? It's 3 movie. It's 3 movie characters. It's Spider-Man in the advanced upgraded suit, whatever it is. Spider-Man in the black and gold magic suit that I mean, apparently was in the trailer, but like blink and you miss it sort of thing. And then J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah Jameson.
Seeing him in the black suit fucked me up.
Oh yeah, sure. Did you saw it in the trailer? Oh, I didn't. I missed it. So
We'll watch it.
okay.
I'll point it out.
You get Gamerverse Miles from the Sony game. You get Morlun, your boy.
Marlon's
You
good.
get Sheik.
Oh shit! It could be Marlon
What do you mean?
posing as Doctor Strange.
Oh boy.
Holy fuck! I didn't think. Fuck!
And the Build-A-Figure is the Armadillo.
So yeah, Hasbro Pulse.
Hasbro Pulse, baby. Get Tom's got his information already locked and loaded.
Oh yeah. Oh
Done.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, they could credit hack me anytime they
Yeah.
want.
Done.
Moving on.
Moving on.
This is near and dear to my heart. My big fat heart.
Yep. It's 1 foot in the grave already.
I can hope.
It's
Metallica.
fun when I joke around, though. You can't joke around.
Yeah. Don't joke around. I won't. Metallica's Black Album released August 12th, 1991. You can listen to our Metallica antics. Our
Go ahead. You were right. You were doing
Yeah.
the same joke. Go ahead.
Metallic Antics. Episode 79, where
Yes.
I attempted to keep up with Sherm to do the shots per album.
Right. Well, cocktails. You know, we weren't just uneducated fools. We were trying to be
I don't know.
smart and I mean, we're drinking 10 drinks, not each, but you know, together.
It was rough.
So 5 cocktails
It was
each.
rough. but it was fun.
4 and 6. Right. Yeah.
It was, and that's why I'm giving you credit. Relax, you bastard.
Wow. Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
So what are your? I mean, you probably don't even remember that episode. So what are your memories of the Black Album, Tom? Is the Black Album the best Metallica album?
It's the most pop one.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it starts off with Under Sandman, and I'll be honest, if I never have to hear that song ever again, I'm cool.
James
Because
Hetfield
it is.
hates that
Yeah,
song.
it's a little. It is very.
But
radio
honestly, when you hear
play.
it live,
It's fucking dope. Don't get me wrong.
like,
We just saw Enter Sandman was used in that Midnight Suns trailer, a cover thereof.
Yeah.
But still.
I don't know how I feel about that cover.
But listen, it's that was a fucking
time
cosmic.
perfect.
That was wow. Anyway, you can't argue the fact that they put on a cover of a Metallica song and everybody knows what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
pretty funny.
I'm sorry. What you're just saying just
I
overtops
know.
what happened.
No, I know.
I apologize.
So the Black Album, their more pop album. Where does it rank in your Metallica discography?
It's within my top.
10.
No.
It's only 10.
It's my
11.
5.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. It goes Kill 'Em All, Master, Black, Ride the Lightning, and Justice.
So those are your rotating top 5? Okay.
Those ones I love listening
Right, sure.
to.
Okay.
So.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Great. We gotta end the fucking segment, Tom, before you go take a piss.
Oh, and this has been Blitzkrieg
Thank
News.
you. That's
I gotta go
all.
take a piss. Oh, fuck.
So, Tommy.
Fuck you.
We
So-
are entering RudeBoyz Catch-Up. You have a fun pun to get us into RudeBoyz Catch-Up?
No,
or
I thought you did.
Oh. Okay. Thought you had something.
I don't know. You always come with something stupid for this fucking
I
segment.
needed to get out of the sports talk I was getting trapped
It's
And the
not
best
fucking.
thing I can do is talk about Star Wars.
It's not fucking sweaty men jumping on each other.
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, I know. You love big sweaty men.
Why are you trying to shame? Why are you trying to shame? Anyway, so I read Star Wars is a visual medium. But
I'm sorry, you read what?
I read Star Wars, the Volume 2 of the 2015 Marvel run that
Okay.
they did.
Nice.
Volume 2 is just like the next 6 books. So that was, I think, what, the 7 through 12 or some shit like that. I don't know.
I think so. I read them as well.
I did talk about this maybe a month or two ago, reading the first volume, which was Marvel's first re-stab at the Star Wars license since the fucking 80s, and then Dark Horse took it. So these are really good. They have a very genuine voice behind it. Like, I can hear all the actors portray their characters again. You know what I mean? And it works out very well.
Yes.
So these obviously take place right after New Hope. The premise of it was that Vader is basically trying to hunt down the kid who blew up the Death Star because he was Force sensitive. So what's up with that? And the way Volume 1 ends is that Darth Vader hires Boba Fett to get some information on him. Boba Fett comes back with only a name, Skywalker. And then that's when, yes, Vader
and you
is
see
like,
the fucking.
you see Vader's like, this motherfucking Emperor fucking lied to me.
Yep, and
What
you
the
see the
fuck?
fucking glass crack.
Yeah, in the Star Destroyer, yeah. So
But
it's
I'm
pretty
saying,
dope.
when I saw that, I was like, I'm sorry, shouldn't they all be kind of getting sucked out into
Well, it's probably he didn't break it enough, you know. He would have killed himself.
That's Vader. The dude has no control of his emotions, because remember, I killed them.
Yeah,
I killed them
he
all.
was a kid.
The
Now he's a
woman,
man.
the children, all of them.
You're gonna get flagged for using sound effects from Attack of the Clones. So, this
Not with
Next-
my movie production
next
company
volume
that you're going to be a part of.
deals with... you're introduced to a character, I think her name is Selena Solo. It is Han Solo's wife? Not really. But she's kind of a little bit of a plot thread in there of like what's going on here, and it's interesting because it adds to the Han and Leia dynamic.
And I remember Leia looking at him like, "You motherfucker."
But it was also just like she was just like, "All right, yeah, you're a scoundrel. I'm just gonna sell you off. Like I don't care, So it was pretty good. And
I remember her. Yep.
And then
and they got caught on a planet with. Like that, the Empire was coming.
Something like that, yeah. They were coming down, so they had to get away from them.
The fact that I read that 3 years ago.
Yeah, they had to get
Brain
Luke
lesions
from Ord Mantell, which is another like a gangster planet, and that, you kind of it helps set up how Luke is a little more adept in the Force come Empire Strikes Back, because I think that's really the whole point of these books, at least. I haven't really read any of the other Marvel comic continuity for Star Wars. I know they've done another Star Wars branded I mean they're still doing Star Wars comics, don't get me wrong, but like they never went like Star Wars. I think they did one last year, 2020, but yeah, I'm digging it. I liking it.
Still tired of the Skywalker bullshit.
Well, yeah, but I mean it's characters you know and love,
Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna start introducing, like, I mean I don't think I can read this like the Kylo Ren series. Like I don't really care that much about it. At least like it's like, oh, Han, Chewie, Luke, 3PO, Leia, exactly. Like I'm like, great, I like this.
Yeah.
Cool. I want some other Star Wars stuff. Cool. So
okay.
In addition to Star Wars stuff, I've been reading. I read, and I forgot to talk about this maybe an episode or two ago. The storyline Last Remains, which is a Spider-Man tale, came out around I think the new run of issue 50. I believe that's how it goes. They rebranded it once I think Nick Spencer took over from Dan Slott.
What's the legacy number?
Like 700 easily.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the language I talk.
So, Tommy, you are familiar... I'm not going to try to spoil anything. You're familiar with the character Kindred? You've heard of Kindred?
Is this the one that was fucking with Mary Jane?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So you read Hunted.
You did.
Which was
this.
I don't think I did.
You
It's
did.
not on the notes.
Yeah, no, I vaguely remember you mentioning Kindred on another episode.
Could it have been in person? Or could it have been
It could have been in
on
person.
air?
You're 100% right. It
Okay.
could have been in person.
Got you. So, yes, Kindred is this, like, weird necromancer, zombie, witch man
Right.
who
Was
has
fucking
these
with
centipedes
right
around him. And, yeah, he pretty much has been established in the Nick Spencer run as kind of like this very ambiguous, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean? And as someone who was not reading Spider-Man books, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did not talk about it. Who has not been reading Spider-Man books concurrently with how they come out, I have seen a lot of the conversation. And now that these books are released in trade paperback, 2 different volumes, because in addition to having the Last Remains, storyline, which I think is just 5-6 issues, you get the Last Remain companion book, which is, I think, a variant numbered issue of each book, and that deals with the Spider-Fam, aka the Order of the Web. That's the name they settled on, I guess. Which is Miles and Ghost Spider and Madam Web and Jesus Christ, at least 3 different Spider Women. Yeah. And, what goes on with them. Because they're Spider-Man's Bat family, so you got to see what's going on with them. And because of the ramifications of what's going on in Last Remains, it's necessary. Tom, if I do let you borrow this for maybe trading the backs, maybe not, I don't know. The premise is just that this weird, spooky character is now about to strike, and Peter needs to kind of face him head on. In this not this universe, but in this continuity leading up to it, Norman Osborn returned as the Green Goblin. This is post Secret Invasion and Dark Reign and all this stuff.
Secret Invasion, Dark Reign.
And he was back as Green Goblin, but then he stopped being Green Goblin because he got like mental instability or something like that, which basically at the end of Red Goblin, that whole thing.
Okay.
So he kind of got cleared and was running Ravencroft for a bit. But then the Sin Eater, who's back.
That was the whole. That was that picture you sent me.
Yes.
When he was running Ravencroft.
Yeah. I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah, where it was like essentially the Sinister Six, like reaching out for.
Oh
Peter.
Yes, that. Yeah.
Like
I
a
know
year
what
ago,
you're talking
you
about.
sent that to me.
I think that was part of like a Ravencroft one-off or some shit. I don't know. But anyway, it's more Spider-Man stuff. Like I said, the Sin Eater is back. That was like the big bad. It's weird to say, not the Sin Eater. But he's got mystical powers. How did this guy get fucking powered up? Let's go find out. And then that's what happens. Doctor Strange shows up, which is what I alluded to earlier. Black Cat's in the mix. It's a good Spider-Man tale. The way that these collections end, though, it ends kind of abruptly because it just tries to get the core story in. And then the next, volume 11 of Nick Spencer's run picks up after that.
Right.
I'm not going any further than that. Even though I should, but, I'd be fucking picking up skinny little trade paperbacks till I die.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about...
Yeah. But I really wanted to read the story, so it's like, oh, it's out there? Sweet, I'll hop onto it. Plus, Mark Bagley returned, which was cool. Yeah. So I got a lot of that. Nick Spencer's writing I like. I forget the dude, and I think it's Daniel Gleason. That's probably the actor.
Donald Gleason.
Donald Gleason is the actor. Okay, his last name is Gleason. He does good art.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing the Spider-Man stuff right before Bagley came back, and now I think Bagley is back.
Yeah.
Back, baby, in Pog form. I dug it. I'll probably throw it your way. Probably won't be for trading the backs, but just be like, oh, neat. Mm-hmm. That's it. Because you don't know anything about this character, right?
No.
So it has. So once you read
like
it,
I said,
they're quick reads. I think I've read them both in a weekend.
Like I said, he was mentioned in Last Hunt.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't know where this character stands right now in continuity. So,
dude, I've lost my grip on comics.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, you're an X-Men fan, so I can only imagine you would have to get soaked up in the tidal wave, basically.
Oh my
of Xbox.
God! No pun intended. Tidal wave.
Is that a mutant?
No. Tidal wave.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Because there's a lot of X-Men titles.
Oh, okay. No, I did not mean it that way.
Come on.
I was thinking of the literal tidal wave.
Give me an omnibus of all these of all these X-Men titles in the order they belong. And
that was the one thing, because I was reading the Last Remains books. Let's just say Last Remains goes 50 through 55. Last Remains Companion goes 50 through 55, but they are labeled as LR, so they're little side books. Basically, Marvel just wanted to pump 2 books out a month and be like, oh, here you go. Now you can follow the order of the web in this one. So you have to bounce. You don't have to. You could stick with just reading the Amazing Spider-Man.
So it's like X of Swords, where it's like, hey, if you want to read this, you gotta read this, and then you gotta read this.
Exactly,
and then, yeah.
So.
Fucking Marvel, stop with these big events. Enough.
Well, I mean, continue with the big events, but, once you release them digestibly.
Yeah, and then don't start a new one. Like, let us fucking kind of just be like, okay.
Just sit back and digest it.
Let us digest.
I gotcha. So that's what I've been reading. What you been up to?
Well, I mean, I've been reading Mutant X Volume 2 that you graciously got me.
I did?
Yes, Volume 2 you got me.
No, it's funny. I went to Midtown Comics recently.
Because we went to Grasshoppers on my actual birthday.
Okay.
Or the weekend of.
Okay.
But still, yes, that
Mutant X Volume, yeah, okay.
Because it came out on November 5th, which was a Thursday.
Okay.
Last year was a leap year. Me, you, and our friend Bree went out on our big comic book nerd day, and you got me Mutant X on my birthday.
Okay. Volume 2.
Volume 2. Yes.
Because, so I recently went to Midtown Comics, and I had a list of stuff I wanted to get, and it wasn't there. And I saw Mutant X.
Don't pick up Mutant X.
Well, okay. I remember you texting me something about Mutant X Volume 2, and I thought you said it was, too expensive, you couldn't find it. And it was there. And then I re-looked at the text, and I was like, oh, no, you have it. Got it. I do not remember this cover at all.
Yeah, you got it from me, brother.
Oh, my God. I have brain lesions.
Dude, you were driving. I really hope you...
I probably drank those memories away.
Oh, boy.
So,
Thanks for drinking memories away of me.
Tom, we have plenty of memories. Let's just make some more.
Yeah, they're just in the bottom of a bottle.
Gotta chase them.
Yeah, I know.
Mutant X Volume 2.
Well, I don't want to say too much, because
Right.
it's going to be a...
That'll be a trading back.
I may have to give those to you now, because they're big, beefy boys.
Okay.
I'm still working through Volume 2 is so much more beefier than Volume 1.
So much more beefier.
Yeah.
First.
That's all I've really been reading.
Okay, nice.
Listening wise, I've just been doing some re-listenings.
Okay.
I talked about it last episode.
Talk about what?
It.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you.
This
This is why you get beer bottles thrown at you. Playing wise though, I've been playing Breath of Fire.
So you just want to hurt yourself? Just with another fucking RPG.
Long ass RPG.
Long
yeah.
ass RPG. Yes.
And it kicks my balls in because I think there's like 4 of these games.
There's 2 of them available on the Super Nintendo app.
Yep.
On the Switch.
Yep.
I don't know. One of them I think was like a Game Boy Advance game.
I know, and it kills me that the other 2 are unavailable. So I really hope the story doesn't just continue.
Well, I don't know. Breath of Fire's got a weird history. They're Capcom games, but I think the first one was published by Square.
Yeah.
I think, right? Yeah.
Squaresoft.
So there's a lot of SquareSoft. Yes. There's a lot of weirdness that goes on with that franchise.
Yeah. No, it does. It's just... Dude, I kid you not, I walk 2 steps and I'm attacked.
I see.
I walk another 2.
That's why I can't.
Don't get
play
me-
Pokemon, but
Don't get me wrong, leveling is awesome. But, they have things that you can, like, drop down that, like items you can drop that doesn't allow you to get attacked for, like, 30 minutes.
Okay.
Which
Like a
I'm
repel. Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'm like, I need more of those shits.
Right.
Like,
What's the combat like? Is it like just
Turn-based.
turn-based? Just regular turn-based? Okay. So it's like Capcom's answer for Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But just turn-based, that's it.
yeah, but this was, like I said, the first one was straight up Squaresoft. Doesn't say anything about Capcom, I don't think. On
Nope,
the title
Capcom
screen.
developed it, Squaresoft published it.
Yeah.
That's it's a Capcom game, but
Mhm.
I guess they were just like, Square, do publish this for me, please.
I would
hand in
really-
my homework.
I just really want them to maybe put some OG Final Fantasies on these fucking Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Well, see, the issue
I know,
with these things, like the reason, that and the reason why, like, you're never going to get a virtual console like you got in the Wii generation. You definitely won't anymore. A, licensing fees. B, companies just fucking, like, all of Hudson's games went to Konami. Konami doesn't do shit with video games anymore. Prove me wrong. But the other thing is that nostalgia is a hell of a thing, and collections are where it's at. Like, we just talked about the Mega Man X collection. Like, why aren't any of the Mega Man X games on the Super Nintendo thing? Oh, because Capcom could just sell all of them to you right now and get all that money. You know what I mean? Don't have to go through any sort of fees or licensing or anything like that. I own the games. I'm going to put them out. That's it. They could do a great job, like with some of the... I know the SNK arcade collection is really well received because of the care that went into it. And something like that Symphony of the Night / Rondo of Blood was not really well received. I mean, they're great games, but, like, it was bare bones. Like, give me, like, different versions, different tracks. Give me some art. Give me some fucking... The Castlevania collection, I think, is better.
Yeah, but you didn't fucking need that. You just needed those 2 really good games.
No, I get it. And those games can stand on their own. However, we're a little more accustomed to... That's why when I think...
No, it's because as a society, we have... As human beings, rather... We have fucking ADD, and we're not happy. We want more.
Of course.
We want... No,
of course.
Fuck that shit.
Well, alright. How would you tell you?
Makes me angry.
Well, what doesn't make you angry?
Yeah. What doesn't make me angry is tell me what you have been playing.
Okay, fine. So what I've been
Yeah, shit,
that's
fuck.
a hell of a segue. I've been playing, the new Psychonauts came out. That's 2 for 2. Oh boy.
We can go for 3 later.
Oh god.
Bitch.
The new Psychonauts came out this week.
How was this?
Well, I didn't play it. I went back and I played the first one. Psychonauts, to those who don't know, is a Tim Schafer game. I think it was the first game put out by Double Fine. Yeah, go ahead, Tom. What's up?
No, I was gonna say a game that you watched me play.
Nope, never played this.
No.
Okay. Why? What are you thinking?
There was a game that I played last week that you watched me play. Burnout.
Yes, yeah, Burnout Paradise, yes.
That
That's a fun
shit
game.
was just fucking fun.
Also, you know what? I gotta give it up, man. The Game Pass, like, holy shit. Like, it is now Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I bet.
It has now just reconfigured how I think about purchasing games. Because, like, No More Heroes 3 came out. I'm a big No More Heroes fan. Okay.
It's not as good as last week, where I bonked it off your head into the cup.
No More Heroes 3 came out. I purchased that because I'm a big No More Heroes fan. Psychonauts. I'm a fan of Psychonauts. But it's on Game Pass, you know? Like, the only reason why I'm going back to play the first Psychonauts, which is on Game Pass, and I own that disc, is because the second one came out, and it's on Game Pass. So, like, I'm interested in this game. I like what it does. It's very creative. It's got a ton of style. The first game reminds me a lot of Conker's Bad Fur Day in the sense that the style, the art, the creativity behind it is fantastic. However, later and later in the game, the wheels start to fall off. Like, you start to get a little bit like... So, Psychonauts is a platformer. And some of the platforming... I'm getting up to the last level, which is very infamous in the sense that it is a tough platforming level. I think I just got to it right before we started recording, or right before you got here.
To the studio,
To the studio, yes.
Not the basement we recorded.
That's the name of the studio. The basement.
Yeah. Help me!
I'm
locked in this basement.
So, it's big on platforming, but once that platforming kind of falls apart, then what are we doing here? You know, it's only got so much charm. Same thing with Conker's Bad Fur Day. Conker's Bad Fur Day has a ton of humor, a ton of crass,
You showed me some of that, and I was like, I'm over this.
Right, but it's engaging in the first half. Then the second half, they start introducing shooting elements and just poor levels and stuff like that, and you're just like, okay, I remember fondly the first half of this game. The second half, I don't really recall. Why is that? Oh, because it's not that great. But don't get me wrong, and I talked about this earlier. This was another thing I alluded to. The first time I played Psychonauts had to have been an easy decade ago, when I had Xbox 360. Old. Yeah, okay, thank you. We were waxing nostalgic about the Super Nintendo, so
fucking wax this.
Okay.
Wax my balls.
Get a couple beers in this guy. He wants his balls waxed.
Wax my balls.
So Psychonauts is very creative, very clever, very funny, but the platforming isn't great. Going back to it now, playing countless Mario games, countless platformers, I'm better at it, and I can get through it. You know what I mean? Which is kind of... Okay. I don't want to say the point, because the point should be just an enjoyable game from start to finish. But now I'm able to forgive some of these transgressions because the game is very fun. And again, you got to think about this. Double Fine, this is their first game they put out. Tim Schafer, a LucasArts...
Reject?
Not Reject. Like, he did fucking Day of the Tentacle, part of Monkey Island, Full Throttle, which I wasn't a fan of. But he's got a ton of creativity. He's got a ton of humor. He does great stuff. He's got a great mind. This is their first game. And a lot of the stuff, a lot of like the Tim Burton-esque looking characters or the atmosphere, the humor, the writing, it's all great. The levels are fine, but some of the platforming choices, not that great. You're going to see how hard I curse this game next episode after I beat it, because I'm going to beat it, because I want to play the second one, because I've heard really good things about it.
So my only thing about Game Pass, it's like with streaming services.
Okay.
It's, alright, look. Me, I'm like, alright, cool, I'm going to play this game for a bit, and now I'm gonna go play something else.
Right.
I'm going to go back to, oh, fuck, they took it down.
Well, yeah, you have to be aware of that.
Issue.
Don't get me wrong. And that has affected a lot of people. That has. Like, I know maybe a year or two ago, the Metal Gear Solid collection was on. And people were, like, playing Metal Gear Solid 2 for the first time. So they're like, oh, this is great. And they were taking their time. And then Konami was like, you know, classic Konami pulled the plug. And then they're like, oh, I'm stuck. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. Yes, a lot of these things are finite. However, knowing... you know, inside baseball, that Double Fine is now owned by Xbox Game Studios, that game's going to probably be on there for a bit. Plus, I'm almost done with it. So, yes, you do have to strike while the iron is hot.
I think there's some Final Fantasy on the Game Pass.
I don't think there is.
No?
I think 15 was. I don't think it is anymore. But you're right. That's a great example because that's a beefy game. So you could be playing that game for, I don't want to say months, but
Dude,
again, something like Game Pass is that you think you can take your time. You really can. It's almost like a rental service.
Yeah, I haven't even.
And you're renting your time.
I haven't even tipped the dick into 15 yet. Though, happy thought is that apparently in Final Fantasy 14, they're putting the car back.
Okay.
From Final Fantasy.
Right. You wanted that
as
car
a mount.
For a while. You wanted that car for a while.
Ah, yes. I can't wait. It's a 4-person mount, man.
Can you just go on eBay and fucking get the fucking code?
No, it's an in-game. Alright, so, okay. I'm gonna give you a little thing.
Yeah, I bet you said that before.
Yeah, sadly. There's this place in Final Fantasy 14 called I think it's in 7 as well, called the Gold Saucer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
It's
casino.
famous, yeah.
Yeah. So in 14 though, you get currency for there, and you can buy stuff.
Mickey bucks, yeah.
And exactly.
Jeffrey bucks. What is the
And
fucking Disney dollars?
Mandeville bucks. Mandeville money, because it's Mandeville Gold Saucer. So they're putting that back in November, and you can actually just go to the Gold Saucer if you have 200,000 Mandeville gold points.
Okay.
I have 165, which I'll make that.
Just do like a GoFundMe.
No, I'll make that, dude. I do the big roulette wheel every week, and I get money. So I can't wait. I cannot wait to get that fucking car, and it comes out beginning of November.
Oh, definitely just start GoFundMe now for your birthday, bro. That's it.
Unfortunately, you can't transfer Mandeville gold saucer points.
There's got to be a way.
No, dude. There are things that
maybe they'll just get you money so you can play the fucking roulette wheel.
There are things that I try to, give to people, and it's untradeable because it says untradeable because it's like unique items.
All right.
So
that seems a little unfair, but hey, what are you?
Yeah, no,
they're probably like.
I
so
agree.
That's a way to like not game the system or some shit, or like try to make like duplicate items or something. Like hack the game is what I'm trying to get.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess before we wrap up RudeBoyz Catch-Up, I usually don't like talking about games I just start. But I want to talk about this one. I want to talk about No More Heroes 3 a little bit. No More Heroes 3, concluding the trilogy of No More Heroes that started off on the Wii. If you follow my Instagram page at TehSherms, TEH_SHERMS.
Or don't.
I got a Travis Touchdown cocktail I made up. I found the recipe from the Drunken Moogle page. Just Google search that.
And yet he didn't make one for his co-host.
Yeah, I didn't. But maybe later, Tom. All right, if you're happy, if you want.
The time's passed.
All right, good.
For me giving a fuck.
Oh, okay. But No More Heroes 3 is really just kind of is really pushing the No More Heroes thing further and further down
bullshit.
The last time I touched this franchise, unfortunately, I think it was a replay May. Jesus, maybe 5 years ago. I replayed No More Heroes under the guise of the Heroes Paradise port that came out for the PS3.
Okay.
So that was the last time I touched that game. I haven't played No More Heroes 2 since it came out. And Travis Strikes Back, I couldn't get into. I don't think that's a really good handheld game, even though it's on a handheld console hybrid of the Switch. I just couldn't really dedicate time to it. But I'd like to go back. And No More Heroes 3 is bonkers as shit. And you'll hear more thoughts because I like to talk about it right. Never played them?
Never played
I don't think
any
you'd
of
like
these
them.
games.
I really don't think you'd like them.
No?
No. There is a certain amount of jank in these games that is kind of like, alright, I'll allow it. You know what I mean? Like the it's very like you would see this game, Tom, not as a fan of the franchise because like I've seen this game since whenever it came out on the Wii, and I don't want to be like, oh, I get it, but like I'm with it. Whereas if you were to see this game now, you'd be just like, oh, it looks like shit.
So it's kind of like me trying to show you like older movies.
I guess, but maybe how about this? A Halloween movie, because you have nostalgia and respect for the Halloween franchise.
But you dug the first Halloween movie.
I did, yeah. But I'm trying.
If I tried to show you Goonies,
well, I'm trying to
or
say because
Gremlins.
I'm trying to say something in like a franchise that is still true to the franchise itself. It doesn't like. What's a good example? Final Fantasy. If every single Final Fantasy game after 1 was turn-based, like it didn't evolve at all. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the series evolved as the technology got there. I don't want to say that No More Heroes didn't evolve, but it is definitely made better with the technology. Mm-hmm. However, it's a lot of like jank and stuff that you're just like, that really shouldn't exist in a game that's 2021. But hey, listen, I'm in it for the style, the story, the characters. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm in it for. And I mean, it's gotten like, not even like mediocre, like good grades, reviews, I should say. Hey, you getting in?
Yep.
It's got like, yep. Oh God, he's got a puke. What do you got? Pay again?
Yeah, would you just
go
finish?
pay? We're gonna talk about. All right, fine. I'll talk more about No More Heroes as Tom trips. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RudeBoyz RankUp. We're doing a little bit of a weird thing right now. You're hearing this right now on our podcast, but we're right now live on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469. And what a rank up is we're just going to rank shit. That's it. You know what I mean? We figured the easiest way to do this is we're going to start with the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. And just the movies, not the Disney Plus shows. So the 20-some-odd movies, we're going to rank them.
There's a lot of movies, man.
So we're gonna go. Again, it's a beefy enough number, with the quality. I would think on average pretty good. So this should be a nice, easy debut episode of the Rank Up.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're on our Twitch right now, twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469. We've got people in the chat room chatting with us. So I mean, you can't hear this now because this is going to post after the fact, but you know, keep an eye out on the social medias. So. Again, we're new to this. I'm going to change my view.
Ooh.
So I think, Tommy, you still got the thing up?
Yeah, I can probably go back to
go back to that just to make sure we're still looking good here.
We still doing live?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean.
Let me do one of these.
We'll give it a second.
Yeah.
It may have.
There we go.
There you go.
So
there you go. Cool.
Good. And I got the chat available on my phone, so
do I.
If anybody's got something going on,
you can carry us.
All right,
I'll deal with the chat.
So we got the 20-some-odd Marvel Cinematic Universes ready to go. And Tom, what are our tier? Tom's busy social mediaing. It's all good. Our 5 tiers that we set up again for the debut episode of the RudeBoyz RankUp. I'll drink to that. That's our top tier. We're gonna toast to you, drink to that, RudeBoyz special to that, everything else. Our second tier down, it's fine. It's kind of a blanket term / inside joke for you boys. It's something I say about a lot of things that I enjoy. But yeah, so it's fine. It does is like a good, A through B tier of stuff.
Yep.
What were they thinking? That's like a middle of the ground term that we've got going on right now. Where it's just like, what were they thinking?
Yeah,
exactly. Like just kind of ambiguous or whatever. Oh, come on! And you have to say it like that because that's a nice inside joke between you boys that we haven't really. What the fuck am I trying to say? Delved into. Thank you.
Delved into
the podcast.
Yeah.
And last but not least is it's trash, which is a very Tom thing to say about something that he just does not like.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do I mean?
What do you mean?
I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Come on.
All right. So in the chat, so do our opinions here count for influencing decisions? Right now, I'm going to have to say no.
Why not?
Well,
we can, you know what? Okay. We can always
we can discuss it.
I would think yes, we will discuss it. If we get better at this Twitch stuff, we could probably do polls or something like that. If there's something that like if the Rude Nation wants to save, which I'm thinking in that sounds like a good thing. Like if we rank a movie that we don't like, but you guys like, you can buoy that up to a different thing. What's also going to make this different is that each of us have a veto, which means that if, let's say, we have to come to some sort of consensus. This is the RudeBoyz RankUp. This isn't the Tom RankUp, the Sherm RankUp. This is the RudeBoyz RankUp. So we need to come to some sort of consensus. I think a lot of our genuine likes and dislikes for this topic in particular should go pretty smoothly. However, if there's something that Tom loves and I'm just like, no, I don't like this, I don't want that higher, veto. If it's something I don't like and Tom likes, he can veto it up. Or vice versa, you know what I mean? Don't touch my hands.
Wait till the DC Universe one.
Right, exactly. Tom, you be hot on the chat? Okay. But
I will do my best.
You're on your chat, you're not on our chat.
Oh.
Which is weird because you're not part of our viewers. So.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, we'll figure it out. We're figuring it out as we go.
Yeah.
What can I say to that? So I think that pretty much does it as far as the rules, quote unquote.
Sure.
For rank up. Again, we're figuring this out as we go. We might add more things. Who knows? So let's start it off. Do you want to just go in this arbitrary order that I saved these things in? This isn't chronological. Do you want to go chronological?
I mean,
because that'll be a good test for me, especially.
I mean, maybe we
do.
Maybe we do how they came out.
So chronological. Well, chronological IRL.
Well, yeah. Not your machete authors. Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, honestly, if you go to Disney Plus, they do have the cinematic universe in chronological order.
All right, so we'll do chronological IRL. So how the movies came out. So let's start it off. Iron Man starred Mr. Bobby Downey Jr. and
Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
This, honestly, I would say this was the reintroduction of Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
To a lot of people.
Introduction, at least for me, because I think I only knew him.
Weird Science.
Not even that. I knew he was an SNL cast member. That was it. I never. He was. That's Morton Downey Jr. Never mind.
Oh god. Oh boy, what a great start. Anyway, I think that was his dad or some shit.
No, they're not related. It's just
no.
The name.
Okay, cool. So anyway, Robert Downey Jr. was
that's RudeBoyz canon right now.
Yeah,
Morton
exactly.
Downey Jr. is Robert Downey
was
Jr.'s
in the 80s. Very famous in the 80s. He was part of that whole teen heartthrob.
Yes.
I know Brad Pack and such.
Right.
So, and then in the 90s, he was there were stories of him being
hard times, Daddy.
Yeah. Of him being hard times, my ass. Homeboy, he was living the life.
Yeah.
But then he got his shit straightened out.
Right.
Which is nice. And
much like Anthony Stark.
Exactly.
Right.
So, then Jon Favreau came.
Right.
Who did a movie called Boiler Room.
Okay.
He did Elf.
He
did do Elf, man. And then, he's like, I want to do an Iron Man movie.
Okay. And people were like, why?
Yeah. And
Iron Man was a C-list
He really was.
Marvel character prior to this.
I agree 100%.
He was in video game-wise, which is more of my style. Obviously, the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Any sort of Marvel superheroes game, and he had a game with Exo Manowar, which is some weird Valiant Comics Iron Man knockoff, because that's all Marvel had. Also, Marvel at this time, kind of in the dumps. They declared bankruptcy. Comics were just kind of meh. They had X-Men over at Fox and Spider-Man over at Sony, and that was kind of helped buoying them up. Mm-hmm. They had their cartoon output, but they needed something.
They were sinking. Yeah. Iron Man came out. When I first heard this came out, I was just like, ooh, okay, right. This is gonna be interesting.
Right.
You're picking as Chris said, a C-list character.
Yes.
And this is what you want. This is what you want to base your world off of. Uh-huh. Okay, cool. Came out, it killed.
Yes.
It really did. I remember, all I think of is, holy crap, AC/DC. Like, when I hear AC/DC, I think Iron Man now.
Was AC/DC more of Iron Man 2? Because I know they had more of the... They had the Black Sabbath. They had Iron
right,
Man.
obviously.
I think AC/DC was more locked
You might be right, you might be right. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself.
As much as Evanescence is synonymous with Daredevil soundtrack, I think AC/DC is more synonymous with Iron Man 2 soundtrack. But I think you might be right.
Iron Man was... It was really good.
It was really good?
It was like, I mean, he blows up that tank and walks away from it.
Iron Man set I don't want to call it a new bar. I mean, it has to be a new bar because these movies are... All of them have made gangbuster money. But it has set a different bar from what comic book movies were doing. Comic book movies were still trying to figure out how they wanted to portray their characters. In the early 2000s with Blade and Spider-Man and X-Men, like, they were good movies with superheroes. Whereas, as weird as it to say, Iron Man was a good comic book movie. It was bombastic. It was flashy. It was great. It is still in my top 5.
The colors
ranking right now.
Yeah.
It's still in my top 5, and I'm gonna have to say I'll drink to that.
I agree with you.
Okay.
And
quite swimmingly.
Our chat agrees with us as well.
All right, that should work out. Right. So Iron Man right now in our I'll drink to that. So again, if we're going chronologically, Iron Man 2. Can't go to let's keep talking about it. Iron Man 2, we did a RudeBoyz go to the movies on it.
We did.
Leading up to the
release of Black Widow.
Thank you very much. So Black Widow's cinematic debut for
Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, yes,
playing Black Widow. This movie was.
And it's fresh in our minds.
It is. I really. Again, still Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark.
Right.
Is so goddamn good.
Right.
Why am I drawing a blank on her? Pepper Potts.
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper Potts, very good. Jon Favreau playing Happy Hogan, amazing. Sam Rockwell playing Justin Hammer.
Justin Hammer, yeah.
Chef's
Underrated.
kiss.
Wish maybe he'll come back for Iron Wars or something.
I doubt
Armor
it.
Wars. What's Sam Rockwell doing right now?
I think it was in something recently, but
they can bring back Ross.
Yeah,
they'll
true.
Back.
He was so good as that squirmy businessman who's just a rival to Stark Industries.
Exactly, a rival to Tony Stark. Whereas then you have Mickey Rourke's character, Ivan Vanko, almost like a rival to the scientist and Iron Man portion of Iron Man.
Yep. But the portrayal of Whiplash, as much as I like Mickey Rourke, because he was on the upswing too. This was hotshot casting. This was after The Wrestler,
and it was similar to I feel like they wanted to kind of like with Robert Downey Jr.'s upswing with Iron Man. They wanted to do something similar with Mickey Rourke. Like, again, The Wrestler was really Mickey Rourke's return to Hollywood.
Yep.
And then they were just like, oh, okay, cool. Like, a very similar story. Don't get me wrong. Like a big name in the late 80s, early 90s fell and is coming back. I don't really know what they wanted to do with him in the total. Because, again, like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe... Yes, did start in a post-credit sequence in Iron Man,
which we forgot to touch about.
Right, but I mean, we're touching upon it right now. But what was the end game? No pun intended. Christ Almighty!
Oh my God, man, you're just hitting those puns right on the head.
Yeah, pun man. So being that this movie is fresh in my mind, and again because like with it doesn't do anything better. Like, yes, it introduces Black Widow, who is, obviously, we're going to be talking about. It introduces Don Cheadle's James Rhodes as War Machine, who returns in all these movies.
Yep. Which, I mean, such a better casting choice than Terrence Howard.
See, we talked about this on the RudeBoyz Go to the Movies, RudeBoyz.podbean.com. Check it out. And if you want to rewatch Okay, so for those on Twitch who don't know the podcast, what RudeBoyz Go to the Movies is, it's a wholly original idea of when we watch a movie and we talk over it. Nobody ever else has done it ever on the internet or any sort of multimedia or television or anything like that. First time of its kind. What I said was that, to me, James Rhodes, I'm trying to combine both names, James Rhodes, kind of a sidekick. Okay?
Yep.
Don Cheadle is nobody's sidekick.
No.
Terrence Howard,
but let's face
definitely
it,
a sidekick.
Don Cheadle played the sidekick real freaking
Cheadle's
well.
A great actor, don't get me wrong.
And he played so well opposite of Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, I agree, because he's a great actor.
Yeah.
But again, I don't see him as being, even though he was originally supposedly going to be.
Yes, but I think he was doing Hotel Rwanda.
Something like that. Yes.
So like there were scheduling conflicts, which they could have held off on introducing James Rhodes until the second one.
Right, I got you.
But they were just like, nope, we need James Rhodes, we need this character established, which for all good reasons, fine. Terrence Howard, turns out he wanted more money than Robert Downey Jr.
To be fair, he was getting paid more than Robert Downey Jr. in the first one.
Yeah,
because he was a bigger name
but
at the time.
But the writing on the wall was Robert Downey Jr. was going to be the moneymaker.
Right, yeah. And again, yes, flat acting aside, like, it's Terrence Howard versus Don Cheadle.
Yes.
Like, who's going to be the better actor? And again, I was proven wrong by more of these movies, seeing more of James Rhodes and Don Cheadle in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I was proven wrong. Yeah. It was the right choice to make. And where does this movie rank?
Well,
I keep talking about Iron Man 2.
Well, yeah, as Philene just said in the chat, was that Terrence Howard's performance was a little flat.
Yeah,
it was.
I said that.
Okay, yeah. I didn't hear you. I was, because I'm trying to also communicate with the nation.
It's gonna be a long rank up.
It really is.
Long rank up.
I think this goes to it's fine.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's good, but not in a higher echelon of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Speaking of The Incredible Hulk, a movie I've only seen once, so that
really
kind of told you this. So a little tidbit about this boy is
I don't like movies.
I don't see movies
more than once.
Exactly. Yes, unless I'm really digging it. So
or if you're with me.
Well, that is also
where I'm just like, no, motherfucker, you're watching this shit.
Yes. So The Incredible Hulk. Starring Mark Ruffalo. Oh, no!
No! Ed Norton!
Yes, Edward Norton cast as Bruce Banner.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so the shining part of this movie was
the green Blu-ray disc case it came in when it came out on Blu-ray.
And
thank you for
crap, not Sam Matt. John Hurt.
John Hurt as Thunderbolt Ross.
As Thunderbolt Ross.
Thank God he came back.
I agree.
Yes, thank God he came back. That was one of the
honestly,
Civil War, like, yeah.
Honestly, I would say I like Liv Tyler better as Betty than Jennifer Connelly.
I agree. Betty Ross came back in What If, right? And that they never reference this shit. It's only like now we're getting Abomination. Yeah, they talk about the Hulk. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like now we're getting Abomination and Shang-Chi. Like it's like oh, you remember that movie we did fucking 12 years ago?
Again, it could be a scroll.
Oh my god.
Scrolls are involved. Scrolls are involved in the MCU now, so everything could be scrolls.
Yeah, it could be.
Incredible Hulk was good.
So where are we at?
See, Ed Norton was great. I did like him, but what?
You go.
What?
I'll engage. In the
what
chat.
he tried to pull was ridiculous. I feel he was too pretty to be Banner. Like, I kind of feel Banner needs to be beaten down.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo, fucking, like, he hit that hard.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo, in the same sense that, like, maybe Edward Norton is a better actor than Mark Ruffalo, but you need that in a Bruce Banner. You need you need someone who's not going to chew up scenery, who's going to be a little more meek,
which is
going to be a little more, weak, which is the whole point of Bruce Banner, and the dichotomy of the Incredible Hulk.
Yep, and which we will be going into the Mark Ruffalo performance
very soon.
Very soon. Yes. As for Incredible Hulk, I mean, it was
when was
cool.
the last time you watched it? Because you did like a big Marvel Cinematic Universe rewatch your own.
That's
right?
when. I think I did it before
prior
Endgame.
to Endgame, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so prior to Endgame, I did a whole big
you have
MCU.
the most fresh thoughts on this.
I am going, just honestly, with Ed Norton's casting, I'm going to say this goes with Oh Come On. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, so now this would be a situation where it could be a veto.
You could veto it
but
if you want.
I can't. I have nothing to stand on. I have no sort of debate or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? I'll allow it.
Okay.
Because I'm
blind.
I don't want to say giving you the choice, but I'm allowing it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm allowing you to wash over me. Is that weird to say?
Wow, thanks for allowing me to control you.
Wow. Okay. Next on the docket, Captain Thor. Isn't Thor the next one? Yeah, because they.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thor. Yep.
Thor.
I'm Thor.
I'm Thory. I'm Thory, guys. Thor.
Whew. Alright, so...
I immediately want to say, what were they thinking?
Alright, so...
I was all down. I was down for this movie.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, Chris who?
Fair.
I didn't know...
A very no-name actor.
I didn't know who Chris Hemsworth was. I didn't know who Tom Hiddleston were.
Right, yep.
At this time.
Oh, I knew.
Natalie Portman I knew from, obviously, Star Wars episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yep. V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta,
yep.
Yes. Was this before or after Black Swan?
This was prior to Black Swan.
Okay.
Yes, she had yet to win an Academy Award.
Okay. So, yeah. This was, and then they added some really big name actors. Anthony Hopkins,
yes.
Rene Russo.
Yep. Like some Shakespearean style old school actors, which helps and kind of, that's also kind of what hyped me up for this movie, was the fact that this is what Thor's all about.
Yeah.
Thor's that pomp and circumstance and grandiose stuff.
Yep.
But it's also magic, and the way in the trailer that they say it's like your magic is my science. Stop that, reverse it. You know what I mean?
Read our text, you'll understand that more.
I think I got 2 pages into that before I was like, oh wait, I found Star Wars Volume 2. So let me read that first.
Oh, this is too smart for me.
I feel like I wanted to like this movie more.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't.
Okay.
And that's because it just didn't do it. It didn't do enough for me.
Yes.
I Tom Hiddleston, obviously, he fucking is on his own show right now.
Yeah.
And survived, basically, the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Doesn't fall into that trap of a villain dying every movie.
Yep. See, Thor was very odd, because it's, even in the comics, you read Thor. My introduction to Thor was Mutant Massacre.
Yes, right. They threw him in there because I don't think they knew what to do with Thor. So
right.
they're just fuck, throw him with the X-Men for a month.
Yeah, and I'm reading this and I was like, wait, this is how this dude talks?
Yes.
It threw me, as a young, person, I was just like, I can't wrap my head around how he's talking right now. But
outside looking in, it's also how can you have a comics on a god? That's weird.
Right.
Fucking Stan was just like, fuck you. I'm doing
this. Exactly.
Journey into this mystery.
But then again, Thor was also the introduction of Hawkeye.
Yes, that's right. Again, which I think allows for the larger aspect of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is something right now people, when they're thinking, because right now, Black Panther 2, or Black Panther Wakanda Forever is filming right now, and that presumably is going to be the introduction to Riri Williams, Ironheart, who will become Ironheart. And I think everybody's just why are they doing that? Or even Multiverse of Madness might introduce America Chavez. You know what I mean?
Oh, really? Okay,
this is what this is doing right now. Thor introduced Hawkeye to people.
Yeah.
The bigger thing. This is Kevin Feige just kind of puppet mastering this entire thing going on. Dance puppets. But I think now, if you were to do Thor, it would be better, because we need to think Thor needed to crawl so movies like Guardians could walk, Doctor Strange could walk, these concepts we understand.
Okay.
I'm still not giving that. I'm giving that movie credit, but personally, to me, I think I know where it ranks.
I'm gonna say it's fine.
Okay.
Because, like you said, it does give us those characters.
Right.
You had to learn to crawl before you can walk and run.
That's a really good saying. Did you just come up with that?
Nope. Because I've said that a lot.
I also just said it. But,
that's because you've taken it from me.
Now, okay, see, I'm thinking they put this in What Were They Thinking? I don't want to call this a misstep, but, like, I don't think... Like, there's going to be a Thor movie in here that we're going to rank low. But... Which one could it be?
Gee, I don't know.
But, I mean, again, I'm putting the 3 Thor movies in my head, and I know where they land. I think Thor should be What Were They Thinking? And, okay, so let's... Before we...
I thought that was a beer for a second.
Before we maybe throw veto cards out there, I feel like I pretty much... I feel like I explained it enough. Its legacy is one thing, but the movie itself...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it gave you Tom Hiddleston and Chris Hemsworth and all these other characters, but, like, it introduced Thor to you. But after that, how was that movie? That's what I'm talking about. The legacy notwithstanding.
I'm sticking to my guns. I'm saying it was fine. I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to be stubborn.
Should I use a veto card? Should I use a veto card?
I mean...
I don't think... I feel like I'm like this. This is like the strategery that's involved in this right now. It's like I think I know where the rest of your movies are gonna lie.
Oh, do you?
I think so. I'm gonna veto you.
You're gonna veto me?
I'm gonna bump it down to what were they thinking?
Okay, fine.
There you go, Nation. You can yell at me all you want, but
I can't wait till I can bump a Spider-Man down.
That'll hurt you too. That's not the right Thor. I'm moving to what were they thinking?
I'm going to disagree with you forever. Forever.
That's fine. But listen, now you got a veto card. Plus, again, like, you know, we know which ranking the Thor movies are at. Mm-hmm. But it's just a personal thing for me to spread them out a little further. That's it.
Okay.
And hence why I use the veto card. Tough shit, everybody.
Wow.
Tom specifically.
Wow. What?
Right.
He just tried to boop me.
Next movie, Captain America: The First Avenger. This is your first. This is actually your first. Well, no, not really.
Oh, Cap.
I mean, you know,
Cap
gets a lot of subtitles. And this was, you know, something else I want to mention is like because after Iron Man 2, really Guardians. Never mind.
Iron Man 2, you see the shield for one.
True. Yes, true. But we go back in time. So
yeah. Yep.
Great time, lovely time for everybody involved.
No, not for everyone
for
involved.
Americana, because it's such a time.
Yeah.
To look back upon, because it's like, yeah, hoorah!
Right.
You know what I mean? Perfect time for Captain America to punch Hitler in the face. That's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, you. This movie to me was where, you know, was the one movie where it was perfectly casted. 100%.
Absolutely, yeah. Getting also, so we're gonna go with the heavy hitters, but for the people who are just in this one movie, like Tommy Lee Jones and Stanley Tucci, like fuck yeah, sign me up, bro. And then you have your
Hugo.
mainstays.
What about Hugo Weaving?
Hugo Weaving, yeah,
Hugo
right.
Weaving.
I forget, right? His character may return, but he does not. You're right.
I'm sitting there. I was like, "What? You're just gonna pass over Hugo Weaving?"
I'm like, oh no, he that shows back up.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Nah, Hugo Weaving.
You can be one done.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
fine.
fine.
It's Hugo Weaving. He can get it.
Exactly.
He's got that Matrix money still.
He and Lord of the Rings money. And Hobbit money.
Yep.
Because all 6 of those movies made fucking money.
I know where this movie's in. It's still Yeah. In my head, but we'll talk. We'll praise it.
And then
Tom, you got a fucking Captain America shield tattoo.
Absolutely.
So, I know where your heart lies. But this movie is great. This is a great.
It really is.
War movie, which is really cool with all the Captain America movies that we'll talk about. This is just a great wartime movie.
Agreed. I mean, you have Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, perfect casting.
Portraying
Chef Kiss.
Steve Rogers, and as a scrawny little Brooklyn kid.
Really weird to say,
because
which is also less jarring than like the CGI Carrie Fisher from Rogue One. You know what? That's like kind of weird.
Yeah,
like,
which I mean, and that technology was
only got better.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, like that was like it's not like freaky, but it's like that's Chris Evans, a little wimpy boy. Yeah.
As it was just said in the chat that when Chris Evans first being announced, it was like, oh shit, he played Human Torch in the Fantastic Four movies.
He's like our first recast, not a recast. I'm sorry, like our first like convert, I guess. Or a second
from
chance,
Fox,
a second chance.
Yep.
Second chancer.
But then like I saw that first trailer and I was like,
I don't even remember the trailer, but I was like, again, like once Iron Man 1 hit, I was like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think I saw Incredible Hulk in theaters, but all of the other ones I've seen in theaters.
Yeah, I've seen minus Black Widow. I've seen all these
that's
movies.
That's a fair point. Yes, fair point. Yes.
Because the world sucks.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know exactly where this movie fits.
Yeah, I mean, just the World War II aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing a kid pretty much come to his full potential.
Right.
As much as we say don't do drugs.
Unless it's given you by a German scientist.
Yeah, unless it can give you, make you cut like you were just like carved from stone.
Right, exactly.
By all means, do the drugs.
Absolutely, yeah. And if Haley Atwell wants me to take anything, I'll take anything. Yeah, absolutely. Also, I think
though, and what if she'll
take it herself?
Exactly. This movie, you get to see a lot of classics. You get to see his classic costume.
Right.
The feather, the feathers on the hat.
Yeah, exactly.
The boots.
Wink, like,
yep. The shield.
Yep.
I don't even know what design is that.
Yeah, it's like a diamond. But
yeah.
I don't know.
It's our introduction to vibranium.
Yes, that's right. That is
so that's our first mentioning of vibranium.
Kite style.
Thank you.
And Sebastian Stan as Bucky. Yes, who even in First Avenger, his death, as cornball as it is, was almost just like
I know what's coming. Exactly.
Yes. And also Neil McDonough is Dum Dum Dugan. I think it's just like a picture perfect. Like
dude,
exactly
that whole fucking
how I see
that
fucking dumb motherfucking dude.
That whole family just takes no, never mind.
That's a different guy.
Yep.
It's like Martin Downey is.
That dude plays a villain. No, that dude plays a villain in everything.
No, he does. Yeah, that one John Cena movie, Marine,
Arrow.
That's it.
Yeah, he was a villain in Arrow.
Oh, he voiced M. Bison. Oh, he was M. Bison in the Chun-Li Street Fighter movie.
He was also, I believe he
Walking Tall. Also,
thank you. I was gonna say Walking Tall. He was the dickhead.
Pop up.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out.
I want to put this. I'll drink to that.
Absolutely. I mean.
Let's rock and roll.
I mean, we.
Oh my god. Oh, he broke everything.
Can we just say that this is where all the Captain America movies are gonna go?
We'll get there. Yeah. Are we doing it now? Are we talking about it? There was an idea.
There was an idea.
The first Avengers movie, which sounds weird after coming off of the first Avenger, but Marvel's Avengers.
Yes.
Not to be confused with the weird British
Uma Thurman, Ben Kingsley, and the television show.
No, that bit was...
No, the Avengers was a television show.
Yes, thank you. But
that's what the show...
Who was the main guy, though? That wasn't you. Who was the...
Ben Kingsley. No, not Ben Kingsley. Whatever. This isn't that... This isn't that Twitch feed.
Yes.
Talking
talking about the British thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this a lot for specifically movies with this title. They did it. I can't believe they did it.
Yeah.
They were able to get, like this isn't like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen sort of thing. This, or Van Helsing. This is like they got their heavy hitters that they established within the past not even 5 years.
Yep.
Together. Cap, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and hey, remember Black Widow? We introduced her. Hey, remember Hawkeye? We introduced him.
Yep.
Nick Fury's been running amok. Loki, that dastardly ne'er-do-well. They made it work.
Yep.
They made it work. With the stinger at the end, they did it. And we were talking about this with the Hulk movie. Mark Ruffalo played a pitch-perfect Bruce Banner. A second, very rare Marvel recast.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off of the Terrence Howard, Don Cheadle, James Rhodes. They did it. They knocked that out of the park. Everybody played a part, which was great. And after the big sweeping scene,
I know that's your favorite thing.
That's my favorite.
Like I remember,
that is one of my favorite
they showed
shots.
this on that year's Super Bowl.
Yes.
And you text me after
like,
that commercial.
Fucking
You were like, "Yo,
right?
I just made a mess." Like,
That's probably fair.
Yeah, I'm sure I can go back.
That's my beer over.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. But seeing that, right? Seeing that, and you having a Cap is using his leadership skills and saying like, okay, Tony, do this, Thor, do this, work into everybody's strengths. Hey, human characters, we got to empty these buildings out. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was fantastic in that movie.
Yep.
A classic Joss Whedon move, kills off Phil Coulson, because apparently someone's got to die in a Joss Whedon movie.
I mean, as it was just said in the chat by Affiliate, was that this was also the introduction of Maria Hill.
Yes. Yeah.
And
character.
really, honestly, S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, you got to see S.H.I.E.L.D. in
You
full...
got to see him working.
In full force. Yeah. Like, you got to see... Like, when I first...
The helicarrier.
I mean, as cool as that circle shot was, seeing the helicarrier for the first time on the big screen,
imagine,
I was just like, this is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Like...
No, I can definitely imagine that, especially as a more of a comic book fan.
And then
you're coming from.
And then the after credits.
Yes. So Kevin Feige, puppet mastering everything. We talked about it. We were just like, okay, hey, Iron Man, Thor, Cap, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, great. Loki, what a dick, What else can go on? Thanos. And I told this story, don't remember when, but on one of the episodes when I was watching this movie with a friend of ours, and they were like, "Oh, who is that?" And I'm like, I can't explain it to a non-comic book fan, So I just said he's like a space emperor, and she's like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." Like everybody was just like, that hype was just like, they did it, and they got everybody excited, and they changed movies, for better or worse, however you want to look at it. But like, they changed movies.
Going to see this with comic book fans, though, I remember one person leaned over to me and was like, "They just went full anal."
Is that where you picked up the phrase?
Huh? I'm sure.
Okay. I'll drink to that.
Absolutely.
Without a fucking doubt.
Absolutely, yeah.
Done. And I mean, if
you're
we
putting the right
get...
one up? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I almost fucked that up with one of the Thors. And if we want to kind of like reorder these, or however we want to look at it, I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, goody, buddy.
Let's get into phase 2, shall we?
Whew, boy, that was only phase 1, folks. You're in for a rocky night still.
The third Iron Man.
Iron Man 3?
Iron Man 3, yes.
Oh, boy. Oh.
This is like the first movie that Disney really had their hands in. Not saying anything. I don't want to be like, oh, it's this way because of Disney. But like, no, it's legit. You just need to know where Marvel Cinematic Universe movies were at the time. I think it was called the Marvel. It must have been Entertainment Weekly probably said that or some shit. I don't know. But like, Marvel's Avengers was like the last time Marvel was just like Marvel Studios, whoever was doing it on their own. Now they got that Disney money. They They got that Mickey Mouse money. And here we go with Iron Man 3. The return of Tony Stark. You just saw him less than a year ago. Throwing a nuke into space. And now he's got PTSD.
Yep.
And now he's pretty sad.
Yeah.
You get things in this movie. You get the Extremis storyline, which I know was a big deal in comics. You get the character of the Mandarin. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that right now. You get the Iron Patriot suit, which we'll leave it at that.
Random.
You get Gwyneth Paltrow in an Iron Man suit.
No.
Well, I mean, you get like.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wow. Never mind.
It's all good.
Forget me.
But Iron Man 3, after the highs of Iron Man and the Avengers, wasn't doing it for me.
No.
Wasn't doing it for me, boss. If we want to speed this up, would I put it in What Were They Thinking? Possibly. Would I accept Oh Come On? That's fine too. I don't think I'd put it in trash. It could probably go in trash.
I don't think we're gonna get any trash with the MCU.
See, and that's what makes this ranking so fun for
Yeah.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because again, I think we're all in the same ballpark. Yes, the Mandarin reveal was a big bummer. Maybe they'll redeem themselves in Shang-Chi. I have no idea.
But the thing was,
but
though,
I think you needed to throw the Mandarin in, because the Mandarin is a very key Iron Man villain. From A, not reading the comics, and B, only watching that silly cartoon in the 90s, the Mandarin was a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you need to do it, but he's kind of a very racist, stereotypical character, and it's kind of tough to do that, or impossible, one would say, with a Sir Ben Kingsley type.
Which, I mean,
I thought that was a good casting.
Agreed.
But not a good execution.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right.
I mean, it's a toss-up between Oh Come On or it's trash. I mean...
Tom,
I just rewatched it.
Okay, you did.
Like, a few years ago.
I'm okay with that lower half.
I think...
fuck us and veto it, I'll drink to that. It's on you, buddy.
No, Jesus Christ. I want us to be serious.
That's fair.
No, I think I think it sits in its trash.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
Yeah.
It's tough to say. It's tough to put any of these fine,
it hurt.
Fine
I mean, look,
movies.
I try to find the good.
Isn't it kind of a Christmas movie? Does it take place around Christmas?
Does it? I think so. I mean, granted, we do see the kid that he
that's right.
kind of mentors
at the end,
at the end of Endgame.
Who?
Yeah.
He like Digimon Hanzo.
Digimon Hanzo?
That's another. Yeah, there you go.
Right,
That's another inside joke.
We haven't talked about him in so well. We're going to. So.
We will, yes.
Yeah.
What was next? Dark World? I don't have to listen. Are you crazy? Come on, I have the chat open.
All right. Well, so do I.
I think the next one was Dark World.
Yes.
It's either one. It's either this or that. We're gonna go with Dark World. Dark World. I've only seen this movie once. Again, I'm gonna say this about a lot of movies on the later half of these. This rank up. I'm cool to put it. Wherever you want to put it, Tom.
Dark World. Okay.
Be in one of two.
Dark World. I mean, all right. Again, this was... I feel like this was... They did mention the Infinity Stones, right? In Avengers? Or in First Avenger?
They had the Tesseract.
Right.
Which
They didn't say that there was
it was going to be the Cosmic.
Exactly. Same.
I didn't think they were going to go with that.
I feel like this was the first time that they might have mentioned the stones.
Possibly. Because we learned that the Ether was the... Soul? No. Time, power, mind? No.
Anyway,
one of the stones.
I mean,
Reality Stone. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I do love seeing. I do really enjoy seeing Rene Russo really shine in this movie.
That's a weird smiley. Sorry.
Where
we're gonna get some feedback on Dark World real quick.
Okay. So seeing her, and then Odin sleep his scene for the first time in these. It was also kind of like a Prison Break movie as well, because they're trying to break it. You know, they want to break Loki out because they want Loki's help. The thing that I really enjoyed about this was everybody threatening Loki in different ways. That I dug. But like, yeah, I honestly, I think this is gonna go to It's Fine.
It's Fine? You want to put Dark World into It's Fine?
Oh, actually, hold on. Thor's, what were they thinking? Sorry, I was getting our. Hold on.
See, again, we need to have a better.
No.
Right now, I'm asking the Rude Nation if they want to invoke a Rude Nation veto. So we're gonna see exactly what's going on. Right
that's
now. Yeah,
new.
We're going well. Everything's new to us right now.
That's
right?
new.
So we'll see what goes on right now. To me, Dark World just didn't hit. I think what a lot wrote on that was that with the Disney buyout and everything like that, like they were still trying to find themselves, which is weird to say because after the success of Avengers, but like again with Thor doing what Thor did, and like Iron Man and Captain America doing what they're doing, it's kind of tough to do both. Like an action, engaging story until you get to Ragnarok. You know what I mean? Like I think Ragnarok.
Yeah,
I think it's easy to say that Ragnarok is going to rank higher, the highest Thor movie. We'll just put it that way, right?
I think that you know what? I think the colors were messing me up. I'm going to say what were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
Yeah.
Do we want to? Well, I mean, I can always move these things later, but you know, we'll keep an eye on the chat because right now the needle has been moving a little bit for Dark World. We'll put Dark World as what were they thinking? That's where it's going to hit for right now. These things are obviously movable. Where the fuck is Thor? There he is. Boom. That's what they were saying during Civil War. Speaking of Captain America.
Wow.
Captain America, the Winter Soldier, which we did. RudeBoyz Go to the Movies. Right around the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
This is my
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
number one movie.
Yes, you have said that.
Every time. Yes.
I
watch this every time I'm flipping through the channels and it comes on.
Right.
And it's right there. Like, I'll sit there and I'll watch it. It honestly is like the Breakfast Club because I'll sit there and I'll watch it. Right. Like, I'll stop every time and I'll watch it.
Can we just cut to the chase and throw it to I'll drink to that?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yeah.
I got one over a lot. So, there's a couple of Marvel Cinematic Universe movies that like, in my mind, were a locked top 5. And I'll highlight them when we get to that. But Winter Soldier fit in that nebulous point where I was just like, oh shit, did I really like that movie? Like I must have, but like, did I really like it? And I don't remember. And it was obviously, I think, your hype and also like the movie itself,
right,
helped push it up. And I definitely agree. Is it still in my top 5? My top 5 is now way more murkier than it has ever been.
Right.
But that is the case. You don't have a list of the MCU movies.
This,
because I think I know what the next one is, but let's be smart about this.
Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier.
Keep talking about Winter Soldier.
Well, I'm vamping.
That's fine.
Winter Soldier for me hit like that spy thriller.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
That elevator scene was, to this day, one of my favorite scenes ever. And when he just kicks the shield and it pops up back to him, so goddamn good. You know, I believe this was the first one that the Russos directed.
That is correct. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So right there, it was like, well, these guys we're gonna let them handle.
And then they were like, okay, you got the reins, fam.
Exactly. I mean, the writing was great, acting was great.
It was a fantastic movie, and I'm won over every time I've seen it.
I mean, Black Widow really got to shine in this movie, I feel. This was our introduction to Falcon.
Right, yes.
Which,
our reintroduction as Hydra, as a main antagonist.
Yep.
Like, we did get obviously they were an antagonist in the first Avenger.
Yep.
But now it's like, oh shit, Hydra's been doing shit.
And we got to see Bucky, you know. he came back as the brainwashed Winter Soldier, and then afterwards he's trying to, in the MCU, he's trying to figure out his life.
Yes.
Trying to figure his shit out.
Yes.
So,
it deserves to be indulgent to that. Next movie on the list. Oh, Tom, is this going to be Marvel's first misstep? It's Guardians of the Galaxy, starring James Gunn.
Fuck the Guardians of the Galaxy, starring James Gunn.
Did I say starring?
Yeah, you said starring.
Maybe he's in it. I don't know. Maybe he plays a fucking alien.
I'm sure he does.
Guardians of the Galaxy. A ensemble film. Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, voices of Vincent Diesel, and Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
How did this movie work, Tom?
I don't know. I don't know how this movie came to be such a success.
But it did.
I'm gonna say.
It hit on me. It hit for me.
I'm gonna say. A lot of this was. The soundtrack helped.
Absolutely.
The soundtrack really helped with Guardians.
Yes.
Just Chris Pratt's heart-wrenching, shit, my mom died.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with that. Runs out, gets abducted.
Yeah.
You see him, as an adult. And then, again, another prison break.
Yeah.
In the MCU. Happens a little more smoothly. I would say than Dark World.
I don't even remember Dark World. Shit.
Well, yeah, they were breaking Loki out.
Oh, okay.
They
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Because Guardians I've seen more than once, so that could tell you where I'm thinking this goes.
Fair, yeah.
But I thought, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I think what Guardians did was in the same sense of Iron Man. Actually, the same sense as a lot of my top 5 was where my expectations were versus how I felt coming out of the movie.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest, for Guardians of the Galaxy, that was rock fucking bottom. Chris Pratt, very funny on Parks and Rec. Dave Bautista, I've seen him do shit in the ring. Cool.
I think Dave Bautista. I think Dave Bautista playing the
Drax,
big dumb muscle
works out very well. No disrespect to him, as an actor, but he's a big muscle bound guy. I mean, he's done shit. That James Bond movie, the fucking Blade Runner movie.
He needs to get over himself. I'm not a fan of Bautista.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wow,
not a fan.
Hot take, I guess. I don't know. It's
not
the
a
first
fan.
time this is coming out.
Yeah, it's just ugh.
Wow. Okay.
Whatever.
Anyway,
I liked Guardians.
I like Guardians also.
I mean, there is the famous RudeBoyz line, "Fuck the Guardians of the Galaxy."
Yeah, because I gave Tom these little. They weren't even Marvel Legends. They were like those little 5-inch.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it can't. I think it was just like, oh, they're making a Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. So
movie.
And they were in their weird uniforms.
Yeah.
And shit. Yeah.
And I instantly was just like, fuck the Guardians of the Galaxy. One of my favorite parts was John C. Reilly in this movie.
Oh yeah, right.
I mean, John C. Reilly.
Another cast there, right.
I mean, John C. Reilly in anything, is awesome.
That's right, man. John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
He should be Nova.
Or Nova's dad.
Everybody's there. Everybody's somebody's dad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put. I want to put the first Guardians in. I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that. Yeah, no, that music hits me hard. Like, I went out and I bought the soundtrack the next fucking day.
Yeah.
Like, I listened to that soundtrack, and when I put that into the CD player, it doesn't leave it. It does not leave that CD player for at least a month.
Awesome.
So.
All right. So there we go. Guardians of the Galaxy. I will drink to that. Let's move on to another big time ensemble movie. The Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Oh, Age of Ultron. I dug this, but at the same time,
Age of Ultron is in that was in that same nebulous part of my mind where I was like, did I like that movie? I don't remember, because it gives you good things like Ultron as a villain. I think is awesome, voiced by James Spader. I think is awesome. I wasn't big on his design. I liked the goofy demon face that he had. in the comics.
I didn't like the lips moving.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same way I felt about Michael Bay Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
It introduces, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, whom they will
which
be known as
I
Pietro
do.
and
I mean, I think Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch,
right?
Fantastic casting.
Yes. Vision.
Yep.
Vision.
Yep. Paul Bettany.
It does a lot of, I think, good things, but it doesn't really fulfill its destiny, much like Ultron would not do. I guess they would say. I mean, Ultron was done dirty. Ultron, if they ever do, and this is literally, couch seat quarterbacking or whatever, how you ever say it. If they do a Secret War movie, bring back Ultron just for fucking one more movie, and give him a better shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I say.
I think this can go to it's fine.
Fair.
It was fine.
I will definitely agree to that. I watched it earlier in the year.
Yeah.
I agree to that.
Yeah. I mean, he, as, the chat just said, he did act like, a petulant little child, and, so
fair.
It's just, it can, I think going to It's Fine.
Yeah, I don't think Ultron was the right villain for this. Ultron needed to be, I hate when they, shoehorn a big-name villain in a single movie. Like your Ultrons, like your Apocalypses,
right.
Like your Dr. Octopuses for now, like your Green Goblins for now.
This was also, I think, Joss Whedon's last MCU,
yes,
so
correct,
he didn't give a shit.
And he famously had issues with Disney. He wanted to do different things, and they were like, no, you need to have Thor, and he needs to go to a spa, and he needs to have a dream about the Infinity Stones. And he's like, oh, fucking really? I'm like, alright. So that's what he does, yeah. But yeah, no, I agree.
Didn't they cut that in the movie? No, they didn't.
That's in there.
It is.
That was the whole point. They were like, alright, because I think Thor had a more pivotal scene, but he was just.
Well, you were actually supposed to supposedly see Moondragon.
I have no idea what that is.
She was she's a guardian.
Okay, cool.
She's telepath strong, up there with Xavier.
Age of Apocalypse. Age of Ultron. Age of Apocalypse. Ooh.
Wow.
Kevin Feige, hit us up. But Age of Ultron, it's fine. Next one. Hey, Tom, is this going to be Marvel's first flop comedy movie starring Paul Rudd? It's Ant-Man. Ant-Man was the first movie. So when did we start seeing these movies in theaters, Tom, you and I? Was it first Avenger?
I don't know. I've dealt with you for too long.
That's fantastic. You know what? No, I know I didn't see Avengers with you.
We saw Ant. Well, we were supposed.
Not see Ant-Man.
We were supposed to see. We were supposed to see Avengers.
I remember. Were we?
Yes.
Okay, but I know I didn't.
But I was trying to do the right thing.
I don't even think I saw Iron Man 3 with you.
No.
Yeah.
No, Avengers. I
Did we
think.
see Dark World together?
Maybe Ant-Man was the first one then.
Ant-Man we didn't see together. I know that for a fact.
No, I thought we did.
I remember that.
Huh.
Maybe it was Doctor Strange. I don't know. Well, we'll talk about that.
What fucking movie
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Okay, cool.
Ant-Man.
I vaguely remember you sitting next to me with
My name is
Ant-Man.
Stephen Lang.
All right, so all right.
The famous RudeBoyz.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard Ant-Man was being made, I was like, "Cool, Hank Pym." Not cool. We're gonna see some dark shit.
Right, because Hank Pym's not a great guy.
No, I mean technically he did create Ultron.
Right.
He is a asshole.
Right. Wife beater.
Yeah.
Say it.
He, and then I was just like, then they were like, oh, Scott Lang and Paul Rudd's gonna be playing him. I was like, wait,
Right.
the dude from Clueless? Wait,
That was all you knew who Paul Rudd in?
Oh, okay.
Obviously not, because he was in Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
He's Bobby Newport. Bobby Newport.
Yeah, no, I think Paul Rudd did a great job. He
Yes.
definitely exceeded expectations for his own casting, and I think he had to.
Absolutely.
Paul Rudd, probably one of the bigger names they could have pulled from the Marvel Cinematic Universe at the time.
Yeah, no, he
You know what I mean?
really
Like,
was.
He was a star. I mean, he still is, but he's a name.
He doesn't
He's a guy.
age.
He definitely doesn't age.
He's like me.
Right. Issues with the chat. But so I think. See, now this is where I think our ranking system might fall apart a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Ant-Man isn't as
Let's
good.
look at it.
See, the movies we have in the second tier.
Uh-huh.
I think that Ant-Man should go in between somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it's not great.
What the fuck do you
I
want?
want to call it It's Fine, but it's worse than the ones we have It's Fine as. That's all I'm saying.
All right,
if
so
we want to throw it in It's Fine, we could do that. It's completely up to you.
all right, so we're gonna throw Ant-Man into It's Fine, but with the fact that we can
shimmy this around.
It can shimmy between I'll drink to that and what were they thinking?
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man. You see, I really dug Ant-Man. I dug the whole, like, you know.
Okay.
The
like,
more
Ant-Man, I think, is the first.
The more and more that I watch Ant-Man, the more and more I really enjoy Paul Rudd. And the other cast members.
Okay.
Minus, Hank Pym.
Right.
They put Hope Dan Vine in there, who wasn't even Hank Pym's daughter. Hope Dan Vine was actually Havoc and Wasp's daughter from an alternate universe. Shut up! I'm just saying. Fine. Put Ant-Man in. It's fine. Do it up.
Alright. Ant-Man belongs in, like, the lower portion of It's Fine. But it's fine. It's still fine regardless.
Yeah.
In the way that we have this breakdown, it's fine. Let's move on to Phase 3. You ready to move on to Phase 3?
Phase 3.
Let's move on to Phase 3. Captain America Civil War. A.K.A. Avengers 2.5. Because that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
It is all... And I remember when... I forget if Marvel had, like, a big... If it was part of D23 or if it was just a Marvel event or something like that. But I remember when Kevin Feige announced what Phase 2 was going to be and Phase 3 going forward. And he originally called the third Captain America movie Captain America and the Serpent Society. And everybody was just like, oh, okay, cool.
Right.
That's great. And then he's just like, psych, guys. It's Civil War. And Civil War is a comic franchise that has a lot of weight behind it.
Right.
It's heroes fighting each other. Like, what's not to love? But it's a lot of everybody in this movie. But it still somehow is a Captain America movie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, he doesn't get swallowed up by everybody else.
So...
And introduces Spider-Man. Sorry.
And Black Panther.
And Black Panther, yes!
We seem to forget that a lot.
Because he is so fucking subtle.
Yeah.
And
He
I think,
really is.
And I think
R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
1 year
Yes.
ago. But I think because of the business bullshit between Sony and Marvel, like, that's what made it a win. That's what made this movie
I agree, yeah.
Spider-Man, but you're right. Chadwick kills it.
He really...
Sebastian Stan still kills it.
And,
Bucky.
the dude that played...
And
the dude that played Baron Zemo.
Daniel Bruhl?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
No.
He did a good job.
He was good.
He came into his own.
I dug him.
But
he does come into it. Yeah.
They needed a bad guy.
And honestly, he did it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, that's unprofessional.
I apologize.
All right, cool.
Anyway, Civil War. Civil War, I think, is great. It's very bombastic. Would I drink to that though?
Yes. I would.
Okay. Yeah. I'm with you. Civil War.
I mean, I feel like there's not a lot of debate on the Captain America movies.
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm sorry. There really isn't. All 3 Captain America movies have been so fucking out of all the MCU,
right?
They have been the most solid and the most grounded.
Right. I agree. Yeah.
Because you're not dealing with the cosmic nonsense.
Right.
You're not dealing with the realms and this and that. You know, you're dealing with life on the ground.
Right. Boots on the ground.
Exactly. Pens to asses.
Pens to asses, as we say.
Yes.
So I hope you have a nice breather on that ground, because get ready, you're going to the mirror universe. The next movie up, could it be Marvel's first flop because it's about magic? It's Doctor Strange. What's your thoughts on the casting of Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange? I think that was like the first time people fan casted. They were like, I really want Benedict Cumberbatch as Stephen Strange, and people were like, that's a great idea, let's do it.
The kicker
he did a great job.
He did.
Yeah.
The kicker was originally because it was Scott Derrickson who was directing.
Yes, horror movie guy.
He was a horror movie guy who worked with Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke almost landed this role over Cumberbatch.
But you think a lot of outside influences?
I think a lot. I honestly, I think the movie Imitation Game, is what really made people be like, "Holy shit, this guy can act."
Yeah, no.
Like I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
Could act, but no. I mean, I always knew. I was like, oh, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Even though I never saw him act.
Yeah, I mean, I know people love him in Sherlock Holmes. I never saw it.
Right. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
The BBC.
Right.
I know a lot of people love him.
Let's not talk about BBC here. Come on, this is a family show. Anyway.
And he was... Jesus. You're an idiot. Yes, and also thank you, Fillion. Yes. He was Khan in the Star Trek movies.
Yes, the J.J. Abrams.
Yep,
yes. So he wasn't a nobody.
Yeah.
But he was still like a name that was like, oh,
yep.
Cumberbatch.
Yes.
Good on him. Yes, he's a good guy. Yes. But the movie itself. Sorry. Tilda Swinton as Ancient One.
Yep.
You had Rachel McAdams as the love interest. I don't even remember her name. But they introduced Baron Mordo. They introduced Dormammu.
The Cloak.
The Cloak, yes. Invisibility. They introduced Wong.
Yep.
The concept of magic.
Yes. In the MCU for the first time.
Yeah. Which you know what? I think at this point, like getting our feet under us for this stuff works out, because like you got the science from Iron Man, the magic, or the space stuff from Guardians, the religion, mysticism in Thor, and now you have like the straight up magic from Doctor Strange. It's almost it's like you're reading the old fucking 60s comics. Like there's a comic for everybody. You know what I mean? You got your journey into mysteries, your tales of suspense, your amazing fantasies. Like, you know, you got something for you. But where does this movie rank? What do you think?
This is a tough one, because it did touch upon a lot of new territory.
Agreed. Yeah, the same thing we just said about Thor a couple minutes ago. But again, like, the MCU didn't know what the fuck they wanted to do, and now they're introducing magic. But they not really. Now they're introducing magic. You know what I mean? Now it's like, oh, now we got it. Yeah. What do you think?
Damn, this is. I mean, this might go with the first Iron Man, because this is introducing a whole new world.
A dazzling place.
Huh?
Never knew. Here it is.
I want to punch you, but I can't, because
I feel like Twitch would probably ban us.
Witnesses will be. Witnesses will see.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, this movie. What do you? What?
I wanted to see. Okay.
Yeah, it's a chat, right? Same chat.
Yep. Nope.
Okay.
Just seeing something.
But what do you think this movie lies on? You know, like, that's
honestly, it's much like the first Iron Man movie. It does rely on something new. Something, and it does touch that new thing. So I honestly think it may lay into. I'll drink to that, unless you want to veto me.
I can't. I vetoed you for first Thor movie.
Yeah.
That's strategic.
Yep.
I'm gonna call this as a Rude Nation veto, but yeah, all right.
No. Dude, I wasn't reading anything. You got.
I'm gonna get a signed conspiracy victim, just like Chris Jericho did back at WCW. But you know,
I love it.
For the
I love it.
For the sake of time, we're gonna keep on moving. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I think I know where we both lie with this.
Man.
Guardians right now is another into that, introduces Cosmo stuff and stuff like that. Great soundtrack. Volume 2 has. I watched this movie again for Father's Day of all things. This year, it's the most Father's Day movie MCU has.
Yes.
It introduces it's Yondu is probably the standout character in this movie.
I agree.
Mantis is fun, nothing crazy. The relationship between Gamora and Nebula stands out. I think the character of Ego is good, and the moments he has with Peter are good, but that's it. And that doesn't help me think that this movie is better than it is. I think it does a lot of retreads. The soundtrack is a little more shoehorned than last time. The jokes are a little more cornball and pushy than the first one. It's not organic, and I think a lot of that hurts the overall package of the movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like that echoes a lot of what you were saying, unless there's something you don't like specifically about this movie.
I feel like, one, James Gunn tried to capture the whole music thing again, and he failed in this movie.
I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. He did it, but not as good as the first one.
Definitely not.
The soundtrack is great, but the way it's more organically portrayed in the first one, it really makes the first one stand out.
Kurt Russell was
Christ almighty, I can't think of his name.
Fantastic casting choice.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I could cast Kurt Russell in anything as much as I can cast Gary Sinise in anything. Like, those two are like,
Yeah, okay.
who do you want to play, the shark in Jaws? Fuck it, Gary Sinise or Kurt Russell. Those are the two.
Right.
I really wish we did have an in-between. It's fine, and what were they thinking?
See, maybe for next time. Maybe for next RudeBoyz RankUp. But I'm with you. I'm with you.
I mean,
targeting.
I really didn't dig the whole Baby Groot bugged me.
Baby Groot
bugged me.
Was probably like a fun idea James Gunn had, and the powers that be
and
were like,
I love it. I love
That's
it.
Such good shit.
That's such good shit.
That's our title. Such good shit.
There we go.
We got it. Yep. Sorry.
As an in between, I'm gonna have to put this to what were they thinking.
I like that.
I
don't like it, but I respect it and I understand it, and it's shoulder to shoulder with Dark World, which says a lot about our ranking system, I think.
This is one of the worst ranking systems of all time.
It's gonna get better. Don't you worry. Spider-Man: Homecoming. So the first joint movie between Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures is the first Tom Holland focused Spider-Man movie. It's the third live-action Spider-Man. All of us, I don't know who's viewing, have gotten in their lifetime. And it definitely takes a lot of the Ultimate Universe, dealing with a younger Spider-Man. He's still in high school. Like, again, Tobey Maguire, he looked like he was in his fucking late 30s in the first Spider-Man movie, which full disclosure, we're going to be watching after this. Got to get hyped up for No Way Home. But I thought Tom Holland's a great Spider-Man, a great Peter Parker, just everything. Like the quips, the smarts, the overall sense. Michael Keaton as Vulture was a great casting based off of his previous comic book casting choices, and now he's back, baby. And he's a raggedy old man who's real fucking jaded about shit.
Well, I mean, you deal with a jagged old man who's jaded about shit.
Yeah, right now, every fucking other week, right now.
Exactly, yeah.
That's why I love Vulture.
That's why I can only deal with you every other week.
I do agree that a lot, like people are just like, why does he have to stand up with, the Iron Man so much? Like, here's the deal. I can forgive that because, as far as the bigger picture is concerned, Marvel wants Spider-Man.
Yes.
Sony wants Marvel's success. So whatever you want, Mr. Feig, like you want Iron Man in every other scene, fine by me. As long as we get some of that money,
yep.
Our boy Spider-Man is pushed to a place better than he was, unfortunately, in the Andrew Garfield things. The Andrew Garfield movies, once I rewatched them, those came out at a weird time. Like, Marvel was really kicking, and Sony just really had no idea what to do. The best thing they could do right now is share the character with Marvel Studios. We're talking about bigger picture.
You know my feelings about Andrew Garfield.
Yes, but we're talking about big picture right now. We need to talk about Homecoming.
Homecoming was good.
Homecoming was good.
Like you said, the thing I really dug, you saw it in Civil War how smart Peter is.
Yes.
You see he made his own web fluid. Mm-hmm. He made his own costume.
Yep.
Hell, he beat the Vulture in his
homemade costume, whatever the fuck it's called.
The bullshit Scarlet Spider costume.
Oh, stop.
That's what we
hating.
fucking call it. It's
Stop
garbage.
Hating. Stop hating.
He looks like a hobo.
He does, but
it's horrible.
Scarlet Spider looks like a hobo.
It's a horrible costume. Kane had a better Scarlet Spider costume.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do that for next year, for the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man.
Maybe.
All Spider-Man rank-ups.
Ooh,
but where does this
of
movie...
costumes?
We could do one of that, absolutely. Okay, so Homecoming gives us probably one of the most sympathetic villains we've seen in Marvel for a while. Because if we look at Our Drink to That's, we don't get a consistent villain throughout. Loki is still in the mix. Great casting by Tom Hiddleston.
Mm-hmm.
He cast himself. That's how I worded that. Just a great casting choice.
Was he Kevin Nash from WCW?
But nobody else really kind of sticks around. We did talk a little bit about Ultron. I think that's a lot of the comic weight that character has
mm-hmm.
versus what James Spader gave to Ultron or whomever gave to Ultron. But the Vulture, you see where he's coming from. You see where he's at. He's acting like a vulture. He's a fucking scavenger. He's trying to fucking fuck these guys up. Yes, there's an over-reliance on Marvel's cinematic universe stuff, but that's kind of the point, you know? Mm-hmm. It's Spider-Man. He's just a kid from Queens. I think he's a great Spider-Man. I think it's a great movie, and I'll drink to that. That could be bias. I'm going to be completely honest, but I'll drink to that. I know it was James Spader, but I'm saying maybe it was produced differently. Sorry.
You should be sorry.
Because?
You should always be sorry.
Okay.
God damn, this is a tough one. Fuck, I really wish we had that in between.
Yeah, we're going to have to revamp these rating systems 100%.
No, and they're fine. It's fine for now.
It's kind of tough because,
it is.
Because Homecoming was in my top 5.
Yeah.
Because it was the first refreshing Spider-Man movie, because the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield movies tried to be great movies. They tried to chase those Christopher Reeve style Superman or Christian Bale Batman's let's be great movies and have superheroes in them. Whereas this one is a Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man movie.
I'm going to agree with you.
Okay.
Because they don't do the whole, hey, look, Uncle Ben got fucking shot again. So, yes, it can go to, I'll drink to that.
Done.
Only because they don't rehash the old fucking bullshit like fucking DC has turned and done every goddamn Batman movie. That's the only reason I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, I dig it. I dig it a lot. Let's go back to the Thor franchise and Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok, I think, was a very real, refreshing taste.
Yes.
Or taste, whatever.
By Tequila Wakanda.
Tequila Wakanda, yeah.
Yes.
A nice, refreshing taste of Tequila Wakanda. Of the Thor franchise.
Yes.
Refreshed it, spiced it up, gave it some humor. Maybe people, again, like, I get when people say, like, oh, these Marvel movies are too jokey. It's like, dude, you're watching fucking guys in spandex and capes fucking punch each other in the face.
And these are the same guys who are probably watching WWE and other wrestling companies. Like, how are you saying it's too jokey?
Come on. Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok was our first movie we saw while we were recording.
That was
for the first Cash Bash, which was one of my favorite episodes.
I'm glad one of us remembers.
Yes. Hela is one of those villains who, with Cate Blanchett as the role, I think should have gotten a better shot than just in one movie. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I see. This is when I think we should. The ranking system should be split. Like, it is. I don't think it's the best. I think it's really, really good. But it's better than it's fine.
All right, Zoolander, calm down.
Right. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna have to come up with like an in between for each one.
Yeah, we definitely gotta let these ranking systems breathe out a little bit.
Yeah. Again, first time doing this,
right.
we'll make it work. So I'm going.
The Hulk stuff was good too. Yes, thank you.
Hulk, the Thor, the World War Hulk stuff,
right.
That was good.
I think, hang on, pause. We're just chatting with the nation right now. I think Karl Urban was definitely underutilized. I think Karl Urban was as the executioner just to kind of be a lackey.
That's what he is.
I felt really like cold on his character because it was just like he's like, I'm the bad guy. I'm running shit. Oh, it's going south. All right, I'm gonna leave. Oh wait, I gotta be a good guy. Okay, let's do it.
Well, that's how he is.
Okay, see, but that's just how I felt of it.
Right.
Coming in, not knowing
No.
about,
I understand.
That might have been the first Karl Urban movie I fucking saw. But
that's not true. Did you see Dredd?
Nope. Why would I see Dredd?
You never saw.
Why would I see Dredd? I've seen Judge Dredd. That should be a movie. Oh, Demolition Man. We should watch. Sorry, because I got on Steven Spielberg.
You should see Dredd. Not the Sylvester Stallone one.
No, I know.
Yeah. Karl Urban was great as Dredd.
Can I watch Demolition Man instead?
No.
Why not?
Karl Urban. You never saw any of the Lord of the Rings movies? Like, right?
No. I mean, I did see them, but like, could I be like, oh, that's Karl Urban? No, I could never. Let's speed this up. Where's Ragnarok?
This
I
is
have to piss so bad.
This is the first and last time we're ever doing this because this is the end of the RudeBoyz.
No, this is we say that every time.
Yeah, I know, and you don't let me out. I'm gonna say this is our.
Are you gonna veto this?
No, I'm not gonna veto this.
You still have a veto.
I know. I'm holding it. I don't know if I want to use it because we've been on.
You don't bank them. You use it or lose it.
No, I know. We've been on the same wavelength.
We have, yes.
No,
so that's why it's been a good.
Yeah.
Good
I'm putting this between I'll drink to that and it's fine, and now and that ranking will be known as I will clink to that. So put it.
So where do you want to
put Ragnarok in 2? It's fine for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? Well, we've been doing this chronological. Nah, I'll just leave it at the end. Yeah, because I was gonna be like, let's bump it up here. But like,
oh yeah, Karl Urban was in Doom.
Oh my God, yeah, I did see that. Okay.
Yeah.
I did see that.
And Chronicles of Riddick apparently.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's pull up the list here. Black Panther. Black Panther I really love.
Black Panther was great.
Black Panther was something.
Yeah.
So we were talking about how movies like in my top 5 were like my expectations were low and the everything was exceeded. Black Panther was kind of like neck and neck. Like, I was hyped for Black Panther, and Black Panther killed that expectation still.
I was
great casting, great art, great music.
I was hyped.
Casting.
I was hyped for Black Panther. I was hyped for Black Panther as soon as I saw him in Civil War.
Fair. No, that's
like
fair.
I was just like, okay.
The first trailer too was just like we were talking about the first Black Panther trailer recently.
And those two
killer trailer.
I mean, the soundtrack was great. And those two songs that came out of it were fucking two of my favorite songs to listen to on repeat.
It's a great movie. It's a great
let's
thing.
just, save time.
Michael B. Jordan, again, your second Human Torch coming over to the Marvel Cinematic
Holy
Universe.
shit,
Great
yes.
job as Killmonger.
Michael B. Jordan, so goddamn good,
Yeah.
and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does as Superman in the DCEU.
Right.
So,
Anything he does,
yeah, let's just...
You've seen the Creed movies. I have not.
Yeah,
so.
oh my god, Creed is so good. You've never seen a Rocky movie either.
Rocky 4? Which one had
Well,
Which one
huh?
had the robot?
And Ivan Drago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Rocky 4.
Oh, it was 4. Okay. Right.
4 is my favorite
Okay.
of all time.
Right.
So let's just save time and we'll put this into I'll drink to that.
I like it. Love it.
Yeah.
Boom shakalaka. Moving the heck on. Avengers Infinity War.
Carl Urban is also the main guy in the Boyz.
Oh, no, that I knew, but I'm saying prior to Ragnarok.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Yes, Ragnarok might have been the first thing I recall seeing.
Stop yelling at us.
Us.
Stop yelling at us, as in the nation.
Yes, I got you. Avengers Infinity War. Probably the next movie in this cinematic universe when I said, they did it. You know? Like, they did it. This is a good movie. This is a reward for people who have watched 20 years, 10 years, Christ.
At this point, 10,
of these silly, wacky comic book movies, and just a great movie on its own.
Yeah.
Made only better by its really direct sequel, but I'll drink to that. That's it.
Yeah. I mean...
They did it. They fucking did it, man.
I mean...
You got all your characters together, minus, Ant-Man and Hawkeye, but, like... You did... And the Guardians...
Yep.
Which was, I think that was the biggest, like, the first trailer, too, was, like, it was so hype with every character they put in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where the fuck is Cap? Oh, there he is. Where's Black Panther? There he is. What's Iron Man doing? There he is. Oh, and guess what? They're the Guardians of the Galaxy. Right there with Thor.
When Captain America, and, well...
That's just the trailer.
When Captain America fucking shows up on screen, like when Proxima Midnight and I'm drawing a blank on her husband's name, whatever, are attacking Scarlet Witch, and yes, they are married in the comics.
I don't care. Are they married in the movie?
Probably they don't go into it.
I didn't see it right. So, well, maybe their culture is different. Maybe they don't.
I'm gonna hit you with the microphone.
Don't do that.
And attacking Scarlet Witch and Vision, and then
that's fucking dope,
and the train is going, and you just see Steve Rogers standing there. I'm like, yo, really? Okay, cool. He's just all like beaten and downtrodden, like fucking full beard. Like he goes from like, I'll have your daughter home at 8
style,
I'll have your daughter home at 8 o'clock to I'll have your daughter home to whenever the fuck I want.
You versus the man she warned you about. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But that movie is just like
so...
it is a quick moving. Fucking, it's gotta be 3 hours, right? Isn't that movie like 3 hours? Fucking long. Right?
Yeah.
Like it is a quick moving movie, and it just goes places. And I mean, like literally, like you're in the ship of all the Asgardians getting destroyed into the Sanctum Sanctorum in the Central Park, onto other planet, into Wakanda.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is just, and it just on its own, awesome.
It
absolutely
really
awesome.
is.
We'll drink to that.
Yes, absolutely.
For Tommy right now, and I think we already spoke about that.
Oh yeah,
is that
yeah.
kind of cover over there? It looks like
okay, cool.
Weird. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I know this for a fact. Is the next one.
Man. All right, so
we want to talk about the ending. The ending is like we did talk about it in our RudeBoyz top 10 of
after the the snap, which
post-credit scenes.
Honestly, I think Infinity War also holds a special episode, a special place because I snapped you out of existence after seeing it.
That did happen, yes. I don't remember that. I blipped out of existence.
Yeah, exactly, for 2 weeks.
Something like that.
And then, that was horrible because I had to stumble through the fucking outro.
It's all good. It's all good. We made it work.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, very cool. You see the repercussions of Civil War on Scott.
Very true. Yep.
He's under house arrest.
Yep.
Still trying to have the relationship with his daughter and such.
Yep.
And his ex-wife and her husband and this and that.
Yeah, like
and then he gets sucked into a heist with...
A heist again. They pulled me back in.
Yeah. With, Ant-Man, Hank Pym,
right.
and Hope.
Who fully becomes the Wasp this
time. Trying to be like, hey, look, my wife is still alive.
Right.
Like, we want you to go into the quantum universe.
Right.
It's our introduction to Bill Foster, known as Goliath, in the comics.
Yep.
It's also our introduction to Ghost.
Not Ghost, but the other guy. You said Goliath.
Right. I said it's also our introduction of Ghost.
Yes.
Listen to me.
No, I know, but I was saying...
Well, stop talking over me.
You just talked over me right now.
So, Ant-Man...
But I think... No, I'm sorry.
And then... Oh my god. And then you're just like, hey, everything's awesome. Everything's happy. And then... you just... Scott's stuck in the quantum universe.
What happened there? Oh yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet Van Dyne.
That's a good casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, and then all of a sudden you just see ashes.
Yep.
And you're just like,
oh, right, yeah.
Right,
Janet.
the world fucking sucks.
Right, yeah.
I will say this goes to...
This is our ranking system.
This goes to between... put it to it's fine. Yeah.
That's again. I think our what were they thinking might be a little too
negative.
But yeah, I think what were they think? It's fine. That's where it should be.
Yeah.
I agree. That post credit scene was rough. Let's not talk about it.
It really was. Well, you want to talk rough.
So
not rough yet. Yeah.
Next movie on the docket, Captain Marvel. Back to the 90s. Only 90s children know this movie. What's your thoughts? Another casting I think was like the internet almost summoned it.
Yeah.
As Brie Larson as Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And Brie Larson, I don't want to say like I wasn't really familiar with her work prior to this. I'm still not really familiar with her work.
Well, she was in Scott Pilgrim.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. I did see that movie. We did a RudeBoyz go to the movies for it. You're right, but like outside of that, I don't know.
She was
like,
in The Room. Not
yeah,
The Room.
No, I know, not
not the Oscar-winning. You're
no,
tearing me apart.
I think the literal Oscar-winning The Room. But yes, you're right. Yeah, she's got some clout. She's got some credibility. Introduces the Skrulls, the Krees. Actually, no, Ronan was a Kree, technically, right?
Ronan, yes, is a Kree.
Okay, so but like the race of the Krees.
This, man, it was just like, hey, you like the 90s?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep I'm just gonna keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you. Like, there you go.
Right. Someone make a jet after that.
Yeah, right.
I agree with you. Again, calling it's fine shouldn't rank it so high.
I'm going to. What were
list.
they thinking? Ooh, sounds like he's gonna veto me.
I can't. I only had one, and I'm done with it.
Oh, right. I thought I vetoed you. Okay.
No, you didn't veto me at all.
Right.
But you're right.
Yeah.
Like, I think how we have these ranked, like that's where it should go. Calling it what were they thinking is a little rough, because I think like they did a good job with introducing us. They introduced us to this OP character who once we see an Endgame, it's like, oh fuck yeah, she means some business. And I think they did a good enough job tying it into the history of the MCU with the Tesseract and how did SHIELD get the Tesseract? A cat ate it. But, don't you want to see how that happens?
I'm sticking to my guns. Going to what were they thinking?
I got no choice in the matter. I got vetoed, so. Mm-hmm. But I know what you mean. I know, it should. What were they thinking? It sounds like it should be more negative.
It's like with Guardians, Volume 2. It's like, okay, we get it. You know music.
Right.
I fucking get it.
I understand.
I don't know. And now, boy.
Well, actually, real quick question, because I think the nation is kind of like directing this conversation to be like this. Like they did not like how they did it with.
I agree 100%. They should have gone with, yes, Carol Danvers does eventually go to Captain Marvel, but that is like years down the fucking line. She was known as Binary. She was also known, she was known as Warbird as well. Yes, I agree 100%. With all the cosmic stuff, they should have gone with Binary, and I think I've actually said that before.
It's like white noise to me right now at this point. Well, so you're saying they shouldn't have fast-tracked the female Brie Larson to be the Captain Marvel? They should have done something different, and then...
Yeah, like she
not trying to be like
she always
or anything, or
Carol Danvers always felt like she needed to earn that name.
Okay,
Captain Marvel.
Right.
And it was just kind of like, here you go, you got this.
Ms. Marvel, right? Yes,
yeah.
I got you. Okay,
yep,
okay.
She was Ms. Marvel for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, right now,
yes, and she was powerful, but in this, I don't know.
In this movie series, does it really matter though? Like, I know maybe they're not trying to be too. This is outside looking in. Is it just like, it's like, hey, right now, in 2019, whenever this movie came out, I forget, Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So let's put out a movie with Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel, right? I think like that's just how it goes. Hence why a super young casting for Spider-Man, like they want to try to get the hot shit that's going on in the comics, because I'm sure Marvel definitely, as a comic book company, really wants that. Whatever can buoy both businesses. That's just what I'm saying. I get the gripes. I understand it. But I'm just trying to be devil's advocate, because that's what I do. That's deep down.
You?
In me. Yeah, me?
No.
I know, yes.
No, you tried to get called out on that earlier.
No, not me.
Not earlier, but back in the day.
Moving on, Avengers Endgame, Infinity War Part 2, as it was originally called. And then Endgame. Remember that weight of, like, what is the next Avengers game? Avengers.
Oh my god, I remember walking.
And there was like an E and a W in the background of a Russo brothers Instagram picture. And it was like, what does that mean? And then, or an EG. Yeah. And then, because Doctor Strange said, we're in the Endgame now. And it was like, oh, maybe it's Endgame. And there it is, Endgame.
I walked into this movie with such anxiety. And I was just like, I don't even know what to fucking expect.
You know what to expect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, the way Infinity War was left, the way, obviously, Sam Jackson hits the beeper.
Yeah. Setting up for Captain Marvel.
Exactly. The way Ant-Man and the Wasp was left.
Captain Marvel returns to Earth.
Exactly.
In the post-credit sequence.
Exactly. So it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. And then it hits, and it starts with, them in space.
Yes.
And it's just like, it's Nebula and Stark on the Milano. Like,
delicious cookie.
Also named after Alyssa Milano. That's why the ship was named Milano.
Oh, okay.
Because
delicious woman, I'd imagine.
Why it's named the Milano is beyond me, since Peter really didn't know who's the boss was.
Again, that's what are you gonna do?
Whatever. Actually, maybe he did. I gotta look. Again, I gotta see the big fucking, scroll 19,
why would you
whatever.
Know what Pac-Man is? Or, you know what I mean? Like, why would you know
it depends when he was abducted. It depends when he was abducted.
Anyway, we're not talking about that. Let's talk about Endgame.
Alright, calm down.
Sorry.
You're getting loud.
I am. You're talking about Los Milano stuff.
I know. Alright, calm down. Do you need to go take care of business?
I really have to pay. We're getting almost 2 hours.
Alright, we're good. Don't
Avengers
worry.
Endgame.
Uh-huh.
It was very good.
Let's just put this into I'll drink to that.
I agree.
But like,
I think it, on its own is a worse movie than Infinity War. Both movies together are great. Like watching them back to back.
No, I agree. Yes.
And I think Infinity War on one end is a great comic book movie and a good reward for watching 10 plus years of Marvel movies, whereas Endgame is a reward for people who watch 10 plus years of Marvel movies and a great comic book movie. You know what I mean? It's like they both have, it's like a yin yang. Like one is good at one, but together they make a great whole.
Right.
I am just rambling. But
you,
I mean, know what I'm saying.
You were sitting you were sitting on the other side of me. Yeah. Because I had my brother and I had you on.
Hands on knees, ready to go.
Absolutely. And, you know, when you first got that Stark and, you know, Steve reunion, you were just like,
a great reward.
Holy shit, this is amazing. Everything that happened, and then Tony bugs the fuck out. And then, you know, 5 years later, happens, you pretty much see Black Widow in charge of shit.
Yeah.
You know, she's more or less heading S.H.I.E.L.D. now.
Yeah. S.H.I.E.L.D. fell, right? Remember that, everybody?
Yeah. But essentially, she's running S.H.I.E.L.D. because she's trying to coordinate, you know, you're dealing with space shit, you're dealing with Earth shit, and I'm, you know, I'm dealing with shit here. Yeah. I did kind of like the wink and nod during that whole holographic telephone call, because James Rhodes and Carol kind of gave a sideways glance to each other because they were together or are together in the comics.
Right.
But then, like, you know, they go to see Tony talking about the time heist, and he's like, no. But then he figures it out. Sure. Tony comes to the combat. But then he gives him the shield, dude. He gives him the shield, and that right there,
a great reward.
That was my first tear right there. The big battle happened. I mean, the
time heist. I think that the time heist in general is a great reward. Hey, remember, it gives so much credit to Dark World, a movie we put in What Were They Thinking. It's a huge part of that because, like, it's like, oh shit, like we need to go get the reality gem.
Yep.
Stone. They're not gems in this universe, right? It's stones. They need let's go back to Dark World. Let's talk about that. Let's bring back Rene Russo. You know what I mean? Like, you get, and then, which ties into Thor's whole arc of, like, you know, he couldn't kill Thanos, he killed him but it didn't help, he's depressed, he's not the god he thinks he should be. I mean,
it shows you that
he's got daddy issue from the get.
And it shows you that even gods can have PTSD.
Absolutely, yeah.
But, like, the major payoff in this was, one, seeing the hammer go to Steve.
Well, yes, there you go, yep.
And finally hearing Avengers Assemble.
Yes.
And then when, you know, Tony snaps and he dies. I'm sorry, I'm trying to rush this for you. I'm seeing it on your face. I'm seeing your face turn yellow.
I mean, don't tell me about the handoff of the gauntlet. Like, you know, like you're doing.
Was
great.
I?
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I can.
Don't.
But like, and then the ending where, you know, they have the funeral for Tony, and the way they scroll through is just pretty fantastic because it's going from movie to movie to movie, which is pretty cool.
No, it's great.
And then, like, everyone's sitting there waiting for some sort of credits, and all you hear is just the hammer banging, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna say,
first movie we get in a while with not a post credits.
Endgame goes to I'll drink to that.
Oh, absolutely. 100%, 110%. Spider-Man: Far From Home. So we now understand what's going on with the blip and how that sort of interacts with people. We won't get that really until some of the other Disney Plus things.
Yes.
But it's basically just more Spider-Man stuff. It's Spider-Man going on a European vacation. You get some Nick Fury stuff, Maria Hill stuff, with wink wink. Well, you get Mysterio. Jake Gyllenhaal, again, another character that is, like, angry at Tony for doing a thing.
And gets a whole bunch of people who are angry at Tony.
Right. But I think they did Mysterio right. As best they could. Obviously, he wasn't a special effects movie man. But, you know, in 2020 or 2019, they did a good job making him a special effects science guy. And the Mysterio illusions that he does in this movie very much like how you would see it in the cartoons and the comics. I think they did a great job with him. I really still don't think he's dead, but, you know, with No Way Home bringing in multiverse and shit like that, I think that this movie, I would drink to that movie. If you disagree, I'm okay with that. I think, again, being that Spider-Man, Tom Holland, Peter Parker, however you want to say, had the weight of Endgame on his shoulders, I think he still did it. Like, he could have easily faltered. I'm not going to say, like, it still went in the stratosphere, but, like, he still fucking did it. You know what I mean?
This is still where I wish we had that in between, because I think it's...
Fair.
I'll cling to that.
Okay. Well, we need maybe something higher than I'll drink to that, and I'll drink to that would be the middle.
No, I think I cling to that is between I drink to that and it's fine.
Did we say? I don't remember.
Whatever.
I'll listen when
fine.
I listen to it.
Any fucking way. I'm gonna say it goes to it's fine. With it really touching, I'll drink to that.
I agree. Yeah, I think Mysterio, his inclusion is great. Good final battle. Shows his smarts. The fucking bringing fucking J.K. Simmons back.
Yep.
Oh man. I love it.
J.K. Simmons showing up was just so good. Which I would have been fine with the original rumor that it was going to be Ice Cube as J.K. Simmons.
I heard about that too. I was okay with that too.
I would have been fine.
Nice, angry, bombastic. I
would have been fine with, Ice Cube.
Yes.
Yeah. As J. Jonah.
Oh hell yeah.
Last but not least is
the start of Phase 4.
Phase 4, Black Widow.
Actually, technically, no. The start of Phase 4 was WandaVision, but whatever. Movie-wise.
Actually, wouldn't be No Way... that was the wrap-up Phase 3.
Far From Home. Yeah.
Far From Home was...
Yes.
Black Widow. So, Black Widow, again, kind of ranks up there with, like, the whole, like, spy shit, like that,
agree,
Winter Soldier. I've watched this movie 3 times. I feel like I've already got my money's worth.
Right.
Seeing, paying for it on the Premiere Access.
Right.
I think it's definitely, it's going to be up there for me eventually.
And as someone who just watched it once, and that's not like a slam on its quality, it was just because it's the most recent movie that just came out. I really did enjoy it. I think coming from the, we just talked from Far From Home, but like the biggest elephants in the room were Infinity War and Endgame, especially after that's what we just saw Black Widow in. Seeing a little more subdued movie, that's not saying much, but like it's not cosmic or globe. I mean, it is globe-trotting, but it's like it's still like it's one person or a team of people.
Yeah.
Versus a group of people. Like that's
it. Yep.
Taskmaster, for better or worse, I think is a fine introduction of the movie version. Again, I know it's not the same as the comics.
For all I know, I don't know too much about Taskmaster.
Right.
For all I know, it could be multiple people.
Sure.
That could have that mantle.
That would have been pretty cool.
For all I know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Florence Poe as her sister was fantastic. Yeah. And then at the end, you get to see, you get to see Velveteen show up.
Velveteen Dream show up after the
not Velveteen.
I know.
Valentine. Valentine. Contessa.
There you go.
Contessa.
Probably better.
Yeah. Who we first see in Captain America Winter Soldier, and she's like, oh, look.
Nope, you see her in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon Winter Soldier. Well, it turns into Captain Falcon.
Okay,
Captain
relax.
Winter Soldier. You know what fucking I mean. All right, calm down. You're tearing because you really got to pee.
I just the fluids need to leave my body somehow. That's it.
But like this, honestly, I feel is also leading into the Hawkeye show now. Next,
yes.
So
yes, I agree.
I'm gonna say, for right now, it's gonna go to It's Fine.
I agree
because I've seen it 3 times. With more viewings, it's gonna jump up there more.
Right. All right, I agree. So I think that pretty much does it for our RudeBoyz RankUp. Right now, in this current ranking system we have right now, going from bottom to top, Iron Man 3 is trash. Okay? Incredible. I don't mean to say okay. I'm just like, yeah. Oh, come on. Incredible Hulk. What were they thinking about Thor and Thor Dark World and Guardians Volume 2 and Captain Marvel, right? It's fine. Again, a very nebulous... I'm sorry, I'm putting bias on it. It's fine for Iron Man 2, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Ragnarok, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Black Widow. And the top of the tops, I'll drink to that. Iron Man, Captain America First Avenger, Marvel's Avengers, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming, Black Panther, Avengers Endgame, and, out of order, Avengers Infinity War. Pretty good list, you know?
Pretty good. Nation, let us know what you thought of this.
If this archive, I assume, will go up on our YouTube, I have no fucking clue. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to save it, and I'm going to try to save this Twitch thing. Thank you so much for joining us on our Twitch channel.
Thank you so much.
Twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469. And on that note, Rude Nation.
On that rope.
Yeah, okay, shut up. That's it. That's it for the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus, episode 105 in the books. Thank you for joining us. I sure hope, because we didn't record this out of order, that RudeBoyz RankUp, that sounded great. Don't you agree, Tom?
Yeah, sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
You did not prep me for that.
No, well, because you're not paying attention. You're on your phone. But thank you again for joining us, Rude Nation.
I know we're doing RudeBoyz wrap up, but you're round
You don't even know. You don't even know.
I'm here.
Tommy's in Hollywood mode. Yep.
I am.
So thank you for joining us for the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus, for RudeBoyz RankUp on our Twitch channel, which I guess we'll have to start advertising now in the outro. Maybe I should start.
Well, let's see how this goes.
We'll see how this goes. Yeah, you know what? You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it now because again, we're recording out of order. So I'll put it in now, and we'll see if I ever do it again.
Because this could be a fucking.
It could be a debacle. It could be an absolute debacle.
It's going
to be.
But hey,
there's going to be audio. Don't get me wrong. There'll be some sort of audio.
Yeah.
Video. We'll find out.
And if this does,
or you found out, and I hope you enjoyed it.
And if this goes as well,
X-Files theme.
But you know.
You know, my favorite part of the X-Files theme is when they said X-Files theme. It's my favorite lyric in any song.
I hate you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. Like a basic white bitch.
Yeah, that you are.
So what were you gonna say, Tom?
If this RudeBoyz RankUp goes well, I have an idea for another.
Hey, listen. Don't blow the load right now. We'll talk about this, okay?
Well,
we should probably get a whole list of shit, you know?
Let's see how this goes.
Yes, good. I like that. So, yes, speaking of our social medias, I don't know, Twitter.com/RudeBoyz469, Facebook.com/RudeBoyz469, Instagram.com/RudeBoyz469. You know, follow us, like us, do all that shit. I don't know. We have a YouTube page.
We have a YouTube?
Yes, we do.
Fuck!
Which, if this Twitch stream goes well, should also archive over to our YouTube page, which it will be over at bit.ly/RudeBoyzRudeTube. That's all lowercase. You know, subscribe to our shit. Hit us up. Hey, like I said just right now, our Twitch, twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469. If you like Twitch, just give us a like, you know? Follow us. I don't know what they do on Twitch. What do kids do on Twitch, Tom?
Follow,
besides they go in fucking hot tubs or whatever.
That's Rob Van Dam.
No, Rob Van Dam he was ahead of his time. He was just in a hotel room.
True.
They do the hot tub streamers. That's the whole thing. If we get 10 subscribers,
you will
Tom will go in a hot tub.
You'll see me in a baby pool while Chris is just filling it.
A baby pool?
Yeah.
Oh, like a little wading pool?
That's all we can afford.
That's all I like on the Twitch, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's tough competition out there.
Just filling it with Miller High Life.
That would probably get some likes.
Me in a Speedo.
There's a lot of that'd probably be up there.
And I'll just splash the High Life on me.
Okay. Or like a baby bonnet or something like that. What other kinks can we get involved?
One of those like little flower swim caps.
Okay. Good.
It could be like
swimmies. We get you some swimmies.
It could be, or you could be in there with me.
I'll be dressed as a lifeguard.
Like the Jim Carrey sketch from Saturday Night Live.
Exactly, yeah.
which I just recently watched.
We've got ideas, Nation. Don't anybody steal them.
Or
nobody's listening.
Or just steal them and never look back.
And hey, you know what? You know why you're not listening? Because you're not going to Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and Stitcher and Spotify and TuneIn, and you're not searching for RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus, and you're not downloading our episodes, and you're also not, for whatever reason, going to rudeboyz.podbean.com.
Flick that marvelous beam.
I love it.
I know I've used that one before.
But it was very, who cares? Gotta go back to the well sometimes. It's all good.
Sometimes you do, man, because I was just like, shit, before I hit the pod beam.
If you want to hit me up personally on Twitter and Instagram, I'm at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS.
If you want to hit me up, my lovely face that doesn't post or retweet anything except for our own shit.
And I don't know, Tom, do you know you signed up for some fucking Zodiac horoscope posts?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm well aware.
Do you know they post at 6 a.m. every day?
Yeah, because that's how I do it.
Okay. Do you know I have notifications up for you?
Alright, well, stop stalking me, you weirdo.
I don't know. I feel like you have notifications up for me.
I do.
Okay. There you go. We gotta look out
for
each other.
I gotta keep track of you.
Okay.
I feel like I need to keep track
How
of
can
you.
they find you, Tom?
I am Tommy_Cash, and that's Cash with a K, 80.
Okay, yes.
You thought I was going to forget the 80, didn't you?
Yeah, sometimes you do. But anyway, that does it for the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus. Next episode, oh my god. I don't know, we gotta get better at this, advertising our next episode. Next episode, we talked about it right before we recorded. Tom already doesn't remember. Get 4 beers in this kid. The state of the WWE. What the
Oh,
F?
you said that was going to be the future. I didn't realize that was going to be...
Next episode, guy. Next episode of the future.
Okay.
Tom, we're time traveling as we go right now. Every moment is a moment in the future.
Man, have I got thoughts of how it can be fixed?
Right. Maybe we'll have another voice on here. Who knows? We'll see. Same Rude channel.
Same Rude time.
Yes, next Tuesday Rude Day. Well, every other week.
Hopefully.
Oh, shit. Bye, guys.
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.